be a Steelers, consider others before you consider yourself. To protect your brother, even from himself. To give support at your own expense. And when wearing the black and gold suit of armor, and make sure nobody desecrates it, disrespects it. Most importantly, we ourselves don't dishonor it. From previous legends who have donned the black and gold. These virtues I learned while playing for the Steelers are what make the legacy of the black and gold timeless. They are passed down in the locker room from the steel curtain to anyone who valiantly wears the black and gold. Creating a brotherhood that is deeper than money, business, and winning. To be a Steelers, consider others before you consider yourself. This is our culture, Steeler culture. Now, here are your hosts, Rob and Dan, the Steel Twins.
Good evening, Steeler Nation. It is Wednesday night. We have a football game in less than 24 hours, Steeler Nation. We have what people are calling, hilariously, the UNC Bowl between Aaron Flippin' Rodgers,
who's 41 years old,
and Joe Flippin' Flacco,
who's 40 years old,
and what some people are calling the Senior Bowl.
According to Cam Hayward, he's calling it the Icy Hot Bowl.
People even call it the Depends Bowl. Everybody, to me,
primetime football, bro. It doesn't get any better than this than watching Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco.
This is going to be the third time in NFL history that two 40-plus-year-old quarterbacks will be facing off against each other. The first two, obviously, being Breeze versus Brady back in 2020 for the NFC West division.
Wow. I actually forgot all about that.
This is the third time.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's going to be some must-see Thursday night football, let me tell you. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have won 3 straight now, going very short on the road to Cincinnati to face a very, very bad Cincinnati team.
They have lost 4 straight after starting 2-0. They lost Joe Burrow back week 2, and it has obviously showed that Burrow is basically that franchise. The Bengals are suffering.
The Bengals are bad.
To a point that they had to trade within division to get Flacco, Joe Flacco, from the Browns because Browning was not that great.
Obviously, he threw 8 interceptions in the games he played. And the Bengals,
he was 0-3 in his starts. Flacco had to come in. They lost versus the Packers like everybody expected. But this is where the Bengals are at now.
Yeah, and the Bengals have been 0-4 without Burrow. Yeah. They have been downright awful. They've been one of the worst teams in the entire league, and we're talking as low as the Jets, who are 0-6. 0-6, right?
0-6?
0-6.
Yes.
It's unbelievable, man.
The Bengals are that bad right now. I mean, like let's be real here.
I don't think
Joe Burrow is not set to return till December, and at that point, I'm going to be honest with you, the Bengals season's done.
Yeah, I'm going to write them off immediately right now. I did it last week, and I'm going to continue on. Their season's already over. They have nothing. Their defense is awful. Their offense is one of the worst in the league. They don't have Joe Burrow. They can't get a run game going. Their offensive line might be the worst in the league. There's your preview. We'll see you guys tomorrow night for the game.
Like, comment, subscribe now. We're kidding.
I'm genuinely serious.
Now,
I've never seen the Bengals this. I haven't seen the Bengals this bad since the year before they drafted Burrow.
Yeah, I mean, like, good God above the Cincinnati Bengals, man.
So this bodes the question. Steeler Nation, live in the chat, there's a poll for you guys. Is this a trap game? Is this one of those Steelers games? Is this one of those what people call Tomlin specials?
So according to 60% in the votes, they say yes, this is a trap game. And it's Thursday Night Football, bro. You know how the Steelers are when it comes to Thursday Night Football.
I'm aware. We'll get into all the stats. We got all kinds of mind-blowing stats and all kinds of discussion to get into. Thank you guys for joining us for the Steelers versus Bengals preview on this Wednesday night.
A short week, guys.
I hate short weeks. I hate Thursday Night Football. I hate short weeks. I wish they would just scrap the whole thing. They're not going to because there's too much money involved with Amazon and Bezos over there, right?
Yes, of course.
There's too much money involved. I'd rather them just ditch Thursday Night Football entirely and make a doubleheader Monday Night Football every week. I get that scheduling might not be convenient for everybody because you have one East Coast game and one West Coast game, but I feel like it's better than players playing on a short week when they only got 3-4 days of rest. Not even a rest. They're practicing every day.
Yep.
So I just feel like overall as a league, it'd be better for the players. But obviously, you know, this is something I've been saying for years now, and they're never going to do it. Never.
No, of course. I mean, when it comes to short weeks, it's no days off, all gas, no breaks.
I mean.
Yes. And that's what the Steelers are preparing for as I think by now they've already landed in Cincinnati.
I'm not sure, but it's a very short drive.
Around that time, yes. I mean, it's not too far away from the city of Pittsburgh.
And so far, there's one player that has not traveled with the Steelers. That was Deshaun Elliott. Deshaun Elliott is still questionable, not because of an injury. He's not hurt. He's fully healthy, and we all know how important he is. Deshaun Elliott did not travel tonight, because of personal reasons. We don't know what those personal reasons are, hence why it's personal.
Yes.
It could be family related. It could be anything. I'm not going to hint or even think of what it might be. Either way, things are bigger than football. So if he has to take off for this game, if he can't travel with the team, if he can't make it down to Cincinnati tomorrow for the game, he's got to take a game off. So be it. Things are bigger than the game.
Of course. I mean, like, it's understandable. And whatever's going on with Elliott, I just hope that everything is all right. Everything pans out. Everything's good over there. But Elliott, when personal stuff comes into play, I mean, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. A person's got to take care of their personal situations. I hope everything is good with Elliott. If he has to take the game off, completely understandable. Just do what you got to do.
Yeah. Run the ball! Shout out to Abel. He's become an STN member for 29 months. Says, am I the only one who's scared and yet excited? No, you are not alone, good sir. I was about to ask you the same question. Is anyone terrified for tomorrow? Is anyone scared? Is anyone worried? Chat, let us know. Is anyone worried? Because slightly I am, but I'm also slightly optimistic because this Bengals team is really that bad. I think A-Rod is bringing something different to the Steelers, or at least for the offense sake. I think this defense is just too good to not get to Burrow. Well, not Burrow. Flacco.
Well, they've done that before, but Flacco, it was behind that O-line.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
But at the same time, because of that is exactly why you should be worried. Plus, based off of so many things that we're going to get into, man.
Yes.
Let's see what's going on in the chat, man. Let's see. We got a 58% that says yes. People do think this is a trap game. Shout out to Electric Visuals in the chat saying, hope Deshaun Elliott is doing all right. Yes. Prayers out to Deshaun Elliott regardless of what it is. We just hope everything's okay. And again, if he can't travel, it is what it is. Things are bigger than the game. Drake says A-Rod is 42 touchdowns to 5 interceptions on Thursday Night Football. Yes. He has a 42 touchdown to 5 interception ratio all time. And he's actually 13-6 on Thursday night.
Pretty incredible.
Yes, it is.
It's a great record.
Yes, it is. Tyrone says, here we go, Steelers. Know your option says trade for Shaheed. Yeah, you guys peeped the new sign. Trade for a wide receiver.
Just got it up today.
You notice the Fire Mike Tomlin sign is down because we want to get this one up. Because, first of all, nothing of our opinion has changed on Tomlin. Nothing. Because, this time last year we were 4-2 to go to 10-3 and then lose out. So by all sake, I hope it doesn't happen, but it could be one of those situations where we get to a certain level and then what happened last year happens this year. I hope not. But
fingers crossed not.
But that's my fear, and I'm not getting my hopes up too high based off that fear. But he was never going to go. So as much as the opinion hasn't changed, it is ridiculous just keeping it up until, 2027 when he leaves, if that ever happens. So we thought put something up more realistic, something that we can probably all agree on.
At least until the trade deadline or until it actually freaking happens.
If you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for you.
We got Andrew Ringler with a 5. Says, I think we will destroy the Bengals. I hope you're right. I 100% hope you are correct.
On paper, we should.
On paper, we
It's a very
should.
favorable matchup.
Alan Antonio says Pitt 24-10. Michael says, heck no, it's not a trap game. I think it's too early to call it one. I think it's too early. And I think the Bengals are just that rough. You know? Like there's just certain things about the Bengals this year that don't speak to me as, they could actually be that competitive. I mean, I could be eating my words in 24 hours from now. And I'm not going to underestimate Joe Flacco, especially not Joe Flacco, who's 12-13 all time versus the Steelers, but 11-11 in regular season games all time. And last year versus the Colts, let's be honest, he lit us up. Mike Tomlin, a couple weeks ago, mentioned that right before that Colts game last year, he mentioned to the defense, he told the defense, keep Richardson in the game, keep Richardson upright and stay in the game, which is kind of funny because Anthony Richardson helped the Colts get up 14-0 in back-to-back touchdown drives in the first 12 and a half minutes of that game. And then Richardson got hurt. Flacco came in, and then
Flacco did the rest.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, and the Colts won last year.
They did. That was also probably Justin Fields' best game as a Steeler. He was the Steelers that day. This wasn't enough for us to come back. We could have if Frazier didn't mess up the snap, but that's last year.
Yes.
Even still, Mike Tomlin he knows Joe Flacco. He knows what Joe Flacco is capable of, even at the old age, or should I say at this point, the young age, because I don't know if he's ever going to retire, the young age of 40 years old. He actually, he called out Andrew Berry.
Yeah, Tomlin really let his personal feelings known. Like, he didn't hold back when it came to what he thought of Flacco being traded within the division.
Yeah, in regards to Andrew Berry trading Joe Flacco to the Bengals, Mike Tomlin had this to say. He says, and I quote, Andrew Berry must be a lot smarter than me or us because it doesn't make sense to me to trade a quarterback you think enough of to make your opening day starter to a division opponent that's hurting in that area. But that's just my personal feeling, which is not wrong.
No.
It is kind of foolish for the Browns to trade away their week 1 starter to a rival that needs that position. Who does that?
I guess the late round selection was just too tempting for the
my
Browns.
God, they might get Tom Brady, right? They might get the next Tom Brady.
Yeah,
or they might get the next Brock Purdy.
Keep dreaming.
Maybe the
Cleveland.
next Antonio Brown, right?
But they had their guy and they let him go because he wasn't good enough.
And he's the front runner for MVP. I don't care what you say. Baker Mayfield, as of week 6, going on to week 7, is MVP so far. I love Baker Mayfield.
Baker's legit.
I love Baker Mayfield. I have grown to appreciate him ever since he left the Browns. It goes to show you that the Browns are just awful. They're up there with the Jets as some of the worst, probably the worst organization in football. They can't succeed. They can't. They just can't do it. They can't find their guy. They never will. I believe wholeheartedly that in our lifetime, they never will. And probably for the next generation and the generation after that, the Browns just suck.
They're just doomed.
They are absolutely doomed. But yeah, that's what Tomlin had to say regarding the Browns GM, Andrew Berry, trading Flacco to the Bengals. Now, Flacco did good versus the Packers last week. Threw two touchdowns?
2 touchdowns. His performance was fine versus Green Bay, though in a losing effort. I mean, he slung the ball better than Jake Browning. He didn't turn over the ball. He didn't make a mistake. He did what he tried to do. He did his best out there. Connected with Chase, connected with Higgins. He was able to connect with the top targets. It doesn't help that the Bengals just still couldn't hold their end of the bargain defensively whatsoever. in order to aid the Bengals in possibly winning. It's just the Bengals lost. Flacco did fine. But, of course, he has that experience going up against the Steelers from his days from the Ravens and the Colts last year. It sounds to me Tomlin is not going to underestimate Joe Flacco one bit, and that's exactly what I want to hear.
Yeah.
I mean, Tomlin has all the respect in the world for Joe Flacco. He knows what he's capable of. He knows what he can do, even at his age and whatnot. And, I mean, Joe Flacco, just a couple years ago before he signed with the Browns, I mean, was basically out of the league. I mean, he was just basically sitting on the couch till he got the phone call from Cleveland and basically revived his career just for a little bit, even in the backup role with Cleveland when they made the playoffs last time. Then was the backup for the Colts, went back to the Browns, got traded to the Bengals. Now he's here for the Bengals for basically the rest of the season.
Jesus, what a wild second, or what a wild twilight of his career, right?
A little bit, yes.
Very wild.
And Flacco's still slinging the football, and he still can. Is he the Joe Flacco of old? Obviously not. Hence why he got traded away from Cleveland. Hence why he got benched by Cleveland.
But can he still sling it? Is he someone to underestimate? No, we should not take Joe Flacco lightly.
No, and
Mike Tomlin knows that.
yeah,
The Steelers know that.
Tomlin acknowledges that, which is something I can appreciate because I don't want this Steelers team and the Steelers coaching staff to go on the road to Cincinnati and underestimate the Bengals, who have lost 4 straight. You can't do that.
No.
Not with the momentum that you have right now. Not with the hold of the division that you have at the moment. Like, they can take a commanding lead of the AFC North division with a win versus Cincinnati.
Yeah, they already got a good, solid lead right now, 4-1 after beating the Browns last week, and probably their most complete game all season. Like, the most comfortable game all season was this past Sunday versus the Browns at Heinz Field.
Yeah.
Now they got the Bengals. That's 2 straight AFC North matchups. Shout out to Barbara FN.
Thank you, Barber. Member for 1 month says, I'm back, but trade Pat and third. Go get Olave or GW.
He's talking about Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
I would love Garrett Wilson. That's my ultimate dream. I just free that man. Free that. Now, granted, he signed the contract, so he kind of locked himself up. But free that man. Otherwise, I would love Jacoby Myers. There's constant talks about teams calling the Raiders. The Raiders are still persistent on trying to keep Myers, but it doesn't seem like there's been any advancement since he requested the trade. So at this point, will there be a contract extension? Thus, if I'm the Steelers, I'm calling up for Jacoby Myers. I'm calling up the Dolphins for Jalen Waddle. Apparently, Waddle's getting some trade talks going. Apparently, the Giants want to trade for him.
I'm not surprised by that. The Giants could use wide receiver help.
I've also heard the Dolphins want a first-round pick for Waddle. No. First of all, that's not going to happen. They're not going to get that because whatever team is going to trade for Waddle is going to have to take up $28 million a year.
Usually when a team says, oh, we want this, they're not going to get it. They're going to have to settle for less, obviously.
Yes.
They might have to settle for, at the least, a third-rounder, maybe, if they even want to take that. If not, well, Waddle's still staying with Miami then.
No.
Stuff's getting interesting when it comes to the wide receiver market, dude.
It is. The Steelers will be without Calvin Austin for a second straight game. He didn't participate all week. He'll be out for this one. Thus, we will see more of Scott. Maybe we'll see. I don't know. Scotty didn't see a target. We'll see more of Scotty Miller and Roman Wilson and, of course, Ben Skoranek. Of course, you can still anticipate a ton of Darnell Washington in this game, which I think we all agree is a big boost in the offense. It has been for the past number of weeks. The run game's been successful. Darnell's been a improved and such a delightful target for A-Rod. There's no issue in giving Darnell Washington more reps. In fact, you shouldn't take him off the field. The only time you should take him off the field is when he needs a breather. Otherwise, any time he's ready to go, put that man on the football field.
Yes, big time.
And we can anticipate more of that this week, seeing that I'm sure the Steelers are going to try to run the ball more with Warren and Gainwell and everybody. Especially against that Bengals rushing defense, which is pretty rough. I mean, their defense overall sucks. In fact, if you guys want to know their rankings regarding their defense, the Bengals defense is ranked second worst in the league.
Just above the Dallas Cowboys.
They're allowing almost 400 yards per game. Their passing defense is ranked second worst in the league, allowing almost 260 passing yards a game. And their rushing defense is ranked fifth worst, allowing 135.7 rushing yards per game. And they're also the third worst scoring defense in the league. To put into perspective, only 3 teams in the league so far through the first 3 weeks have allowed 30 points a game. That's the Ravens, the Cowboys, and the Cincinnati Bengals.
As a matter of fact, if you look at their past 4 losses, their 4 straight losses, I mean, like, it has not been even close in any of their games. Minnesota, their first loss was 48-10, and that was with Carson Wentz started for Minnesota. Then they lost to Denver 28-3 Monday Night Football. Then they lost to Detroit like everybody expected, 37-24. Then they lost to Green Bay 27-18. These games have not been close.
Well, no, when you put it that way, yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
No, it's not. It is not good whatsoever.
No. That's not
And
good.
a big fault of that is, yes, their defense. Their defense can't stop anything.
We've got 2 words for you.
Billy Mahar with a 499 says, can we just take a moment to appreciate DK? I had to listen people tell me all offseason that the Steelers overpaid, and he's a wide receiver 2 at best. Yeah, no, he's not. He is a true wide receiver 1, and he has been an absolute stud of a wide receiver 1. He is already worth that second-round pick, in my opinion. He is worth paying $33 million. Look at what he's been doing the past number of games. He has scored a touchdown in 4 straight games. He's coming off 2 of his best games all season.
He's living up to the pedigree. He's living up to the contract. He's living up to the expectation.
Yes.
So far early this season, he's connecting well with A-Rod, like the Steelers hoped for, like Steeler Nation hoped for, like we hoped for. Like, he is connecting. He is doing his assignments. Exactly what we wanted to see from Mecca.
Yeah, and of course, the chat's talking about wide receivers because, it's talks are really starting to get crazy, and we're not even near the deadline yet. We're a couple weeks out, but, things could happen at a rapid pace anytime. We got so many injuries around the league. We know the Steelers need a wide receiver. Yeah, all these wide receivers being moved around and stuff. Talks kind of creeping up, and they're really starting to heat around this time. I'm sure more is going to just be inflamed as we get closer to the deadline. Tyrone Keaton in the chat says Olave for a 3rd. I would try a 4th, but if you have to sacrifice a 3rd, I would. I like Olave, minus the concussion issues, but his talent is unbelievable.
It's undeniable, man.
He's that route technician we need at the wide receiver 2 position. And him being the wide, first of all, I think he's capable of being a 1 if he stays healthy, but him having the duties of a 2 would just make his production so much better.
Mm-hmm.
And that'd take a lot off of DK's plate as well. I know Jacoby Myers is the prototypical wide receiver 2. That's kind of one of my more realistic and more favorite ones. Otherwise, I would love Waddle. I love Garrett Wilson. I just don't know if Garrett Wilson's up for trade. And I don't know if...
At this point, the Jets might really want to consider it.
And
I mean, an 0-6 start, bro.
They got to consider a lot.
Yes, they do.
And frankly, I don't know if Waddle actually goes. Because if Waddle goes, who's their receivers?
We've got 2 words.
They would have Malik Washington as their 1, wouldn't they?
I believe so.
Barber FM with a 499. How would you feel about us drafting a quarterback and Aaron resigning, and the quarterback sits as quarterback 2, learns behind Aaron, and then let Aaron go and start whoever we draft? I love that idea. However, the draft class for now, at least where we stand, isn't looking that great. That much better than last year. Not now. There's still tons of football left. There's still tons of potential. And I do like some of these guys better than last year. It's just they're not showing so much. The potential and the ceiling's there, but they're not showing it yet. So my rebuttal to your comment, Barber, is I would welcome Aaron Rodgers coming back for another year, and then I'd make Will Howard the number 2, and then give Will Howard the chance.
I mean, honestly, if that's the mission, if that's the goal, especially if A-Rod is considering coming back for another year, especially if his play just continues to be where it's at right now, which has been Steeler football.
Yeah.
A-Rod's been playing very good. If he's open to play another year, and the Steelers are open to bringing him back just based off what he's brought to the locker room and brought to the football field, I, for one, am all for that. And if the mission is to have a quarterback sit behind A-Rod, I think you already have a guy in mind for that, and that is Will Howard.
That could be. However, if there's a way you can get Lenore Sellers at a good spot, you have him sit behind A-Rod, and then you have Sellers and Howard go at it whenever that time comes. That's what I would do.
Yeah, a possibility.
That's kind of.
I do like Sellers.
That's kind of best case scenario. At this moment, there's still other really good quarterbacks that could come in, but I don't know if some of those are going to actually declare. So this is plenty of time to really let it all fill out. But as of now, yeah, I do actually welcome an Aaron Rodgers return. If he keeps playing like this and stays healthy, he could come back. I don't mind that whatsoever. I was against it at the beginning of the offseason because of what the media was saying about him. None of that is true. And Aaron Rodgers has been not a single negative of this team.
No, there's
not yet.
No negative, no drama. He hasn't cost us any games of that matter. Like, A-Rod has just been that leader that the Steelers truly needed at the quarterback position and for the offense overall. And his play, dude, is for his age, like, he's still got some juice in that arm, bro.
Yes.
Able to sling the football, getting it to Metcalf, getting it to Washington lately. You know, like when Calvin Austin's involved, when he's healthy, he's getting the ball to Austin as well. But A-Rod, he's just spreading the ball around. Exactly is what A-Rod is known to do, and he's just bringing that to the Steelers offense.
Yes.
To the Steelers passing attack. And I only expect that going forward from Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, yes. I mean, the way he's been playing, just look at that touchdown throw to Connor Hayward, bro. That's him digging in his back pocket.
Yeah,
It's one of his old trips.
Connor Hayward got a touchdown catch, which props to Hayward for making that grab. I mean, that's a tough catch to make.
Yeah.
He made that catch. But it goes to show that A-Rod is just trying to get many targets involved as possible, including a guy like Connor Hayward. And for Thursday, or tomorrow, I should say, when it comes to wide receiver 2, you know, we could see a bit more of Scotty Miller if he gets a target. He didn't get a target versus the Browns and whatnot, though he outsnapped Roman Wilson. Roman Wilson saw a target and a catch for 12 yards. Maybe we see a bit more of Roman Wilson, and honestly, that's what I'm hoping for.
Me too. I mean, we keep saying, with Calvin out, this is his opportunity. There's no better opportunity because obviously Arthur Smith doesn't run a ton of 11 personnel, so it seems like the only time Roman's gonna see time is when a guy like Calvin's out. This is the time. He's not seeing too much time. He saw one target. He's only got 2 catches on the year, which I love to give him the opportunity, but either way, it's still not going to deter from trading. For trading for wide receiver, and Ricky with a 199 says, report, Myers about to be traded, insider confirmed. Who is your source? Who is your insider confirmed? Is this the Ricky that got deactivated off of Twitter? Is this Ricky Scoops?
I find it coincidental that
What happened to him?
it's the name is Ricky.
Yeah, but he doesn't have an E in his name.
No, he don't.
What happened to Ricky?
Maybe he's undercover.
He puts up a post on X saying that a Jacoby Myers trade could be coming, and we're like, oh, this is great news. An hour later, his account's deactivated. I'm like, what the hell? Who Epsteined him?
Yeah, keep in mind, this is the same Ricky that kind of indicated that the Packers put a trade on the table for Micah, and just a couple days later, it was true.
He also said the same thing about the Steelers trading for Jalen Ramsey.
Yes.
He was first out of everybody.
Yes.
Same thing with the Ayuk situation.
That's right.
Just saying.
So I don't know what happened to Ricky on Twitter. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Pretty wild.
I hope he's okay wherever he's at, bro. He seems to know a lot, and somebody don't want no one else to know. So I'm just saying, bro. It's crazy world
The plot
out there.
thickens, bro. The plot thickens.
But does Rob Bruno says, does Zach Taylor get fired after this game? I don't see how Zach Taylor makes it another year. I don't. He had 2021, 2022 were his only really good years. He's went 9-8 the last 2, but his offense is not good. Without Burrow, like his offense is mean.
Without Burrow, the team is nothing.
Well, but it goes to show you that he can't build the line, and frankly, he doesn't know how to get a running game going.
No.
You want some stats regarding their running game?
Tell me.
First of all, they are absolutely the worst rushing offense in the league. That's not even a question. That's pure fact.
Do you know how much yards they average per game?
Average?
Yes.
It's got to be like 50-something.
A whopping 56.7 rushing yards per game.
Wow. Well, I got some stats for you to bounce off of that. Through the first 6 games, the Bengals have a total of 340 combined rushing yards.
Wow.
That's the second lowest number by any team in their first 6 games since 2000. Only behind the Bengals with 339 in 2019, which was Zach Taylor's first year. Zach Taylor doesn't know how to get a running game going. And frankly, I feel bad for a guy like Chase Brown because he is a Swiss Army knife. He is a dual threat. He is explosive. He's got some speed. He's tough to bring down. Reminds me of a mini Warren in a way, right?
Yeah, like Chase Brown is a stellar back. Like he's a back that, you ask him whatever to do, catch the ball or run with the football, he can do it. Is he a lead back? I wouldn't say that yet, but he's a capable back. But I don't think it's Chase Brown's fault on why the rushing offense of the Bengals is that bad.
He has no help. The line can't sustain a block. The line can't get to the second level. They can't even get Chase Brown to the second level. And better yet, they can't keep Brown clean until he gets to the line of scrimmage or before he gets to the line of scrimmage. Most of the time when Chase gets the ball, he's touched negative yards behind the line of scrimmage. They can't run the ball. And this Steelers rushing defense has been stellar since Derek Carmen stepped up, since Derek Carmen's been in the last 3 games.
Yeah.
This rushing defense has been flat out great. They haven't allowed anything to get going.
As a matter of fact, over their 3-game winning streak, and this is just based off the running backs that they stopped. I'm not even counting the quarterback rushing yards. Over the past 3 games, the rush defense has given up a total of 197 yards on the ground within the 3-game stretch, which is an average of 65.6 rushing yards per game.
Wow.
Rush defense, compared to the first 2 weeks, has been stellar. Like, they have done their assignments, they have done their job, and funny enough, after week 2, that's when Derek Harmon came into play. That's when he got healthy. That's when he started playing.
Yeah, it's no coincidence the second Derek Carmen stepped in that this defense started balling out. Well, the rushing defense has been an absolute improvement, but the defense overall has been stellar. They are tied second in the league with sacks with the Seahawks at 20 sacks. They've gotten 17 of those in their last 3 games, and they had a bye week in week 5.
Yeah. And 77 pressures coming from those 3 games.
Wow.
77.
Woo! How many of those from Nick Herbig?
I'm pretty sure the majority of them.
At least 30, 20, 25 minimum.
At the very least, bro.
We've got 2 words for you.
Billy Maher with a 199. Throw it to Mount Washington more, bro. Can be scary.
Yes, he is our tight end 1. That's not even a question. He is wide receiver. Wide receiver. He might as well be wide receiver 2. He is tight end 1.
He's a threat, dude. He's a weapon. And the Steelers are they finally figured out how to use that weapon. Took them some time, but like it goes to show, when Darnell's in there, when he is getting the majority of the snaps, the offense is just so much more better, so much more improved, so much more fluid.
To the point that he has made the 2 other tight ends, the $12 million men, the rotational pieces, the breathers.
We've got 2 words for you.
Ricky with a 199 says, live in Cincinnati, got to rep the boys at school. Let's fucking go. There you go.
Oh, yeah, Ricky.
Listen, man, this game, I do feel a slight bit of nervousness. I do. Because this could be one of those games where it's one of those Steelers specials or Tomlin specials or whatever you want to call it, those quote-unquote trap games. Because the reality is Mike Tomlin is 2-9 on the road on Thursday Night Football. And I'll give you another stat. Mike Tomlin on the road on Thursday Night Football against the AFC North is 0-6.
Winless. As a matter of fact, the Steelers under Mike Tomlin have not won a road Thursday Night Football game since 2016. That was when they beat the Indianapolis Colts on Thanksgiving when they faced Scott Tolzien.
I remember that.
If you remember that Thanksgiving game, yeah.
I remember that.
The infamous picture of the Killer Bees having a turkey wing, bro.
Turkey leg, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that game very
That was
vividly.
the last time they won a road Thursday Night Football game, and that was an easy victory for the Steelers.
Oh, they blew him out.
They destroyed them.
What was his name? Vontae Davis? He couldn't
Cover AB.
no one could. Nobody could. I mean, that was AB in his prime, bro.
Nope. Yeah, it's been a bit since they won on the road in Thursday Night Football. Some streaks need to come to an end.
But like we mentioned earlier, Aaron Rodgers is 13-6 on Thursday Night Football and has a touchdown interception ratio of 42-5. I think that was Drake in the chat that said that earlier. And the Bengals actually have a record of 5-22 at home against the Steelers since 2000.
It's good.
So, yeah, we got some bad history on Thursday night, especially against AFC North on the road specifically. But we got some good history with A-Rod and the fact that the Bengals can't really beat us in Cincinnati. Only 5 times has that happened since 2000.
Yeah, the last time the Bengals actually beat the Steelers in Cincinnati was back in 2021, if you remember that game, when the Bengals won 41-10. That was the game Ben threw the pick six to Mike Hilton. You remember that game? I vividly remember that game, but I remember that moment. It wasn't a good game by the Steelers.
No,
it was awful. I think that year the Bengals actually swept the Steelers.
Didn't they go to the Super Bowl that year? Pretty sure they went to the Super Bowl.
I believe they did. Yes, as a matter of fact.
They went to the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was their best year under Zach Taylor. Now they're on their way to maybe their worst year. I mean, you can't get worse than 2-14 in 2019, but I mean, from everything like that the Bengals have, first of all, we all know what Jamar Chase and T. Higgins can do. Like when they're on, especially with Burrow, they're arguably the best wide receiver tandem in the league.
And they got paid this offseason.
Yes, they did.
They got paid.
Yes, they did.
They are stuck with Cincinnati. They are in Cincinnati.
Yeah. But because of all that, they didn't spend nothing on the defense. Nothing. I think their biggest paid defensive player is either Henderson or Geno Stone. Am I right on that? Who has the most money regarding that entire defense?
I don't know, but the star, no doubt, is Trey Hendrickson.
But he's questionable. He might not even play.
No, he did not participate at all at practice this week. I think it's a hip injury he's dealing with. Now, that could be for precautionary measures because it's a short week. They just want to make sure that he heals up and he's ready to go for Thursday Night Football because, I mean, the Bengals are going to need all hands on deck to try to knock down a division rival in the Steelers. But that is something to monitor for real. But Hendrickson is literally the guy on the defense. So, so much so that it's like the Bengals, they got some name value. They got some guys that are recognizable. It's like, yeah, they have this guy and that guy. But it's like, okay, they have Trey Hendrickson, and then they just have these guys. And that's no disrespect to those players, but, like, Hendrickson is the star of that defense.
No, you're not wrong. I mean, yeah, they drafted Shamar Stewart, who hasn't played since literally last month, mid-September. He doesn't have a single sack on the season yet. So, and remember that whole debacle where he wouldn't sign a contract.
No.
We've got 2 words.
So I don't know what's up with Stewart. And then you look at their secondary, DJ Turner, Jordan Battle's solid. I liked him out of Bama. Cam Taylor-Britt's okay. Dax Hill, I like coming out of college, but it's just.
No, they moved Dax Hill from safety to nickel cornerback.
Yeah. Ricky says, with a 199, can we please see Ramsey on Chase, not Slay or JPJ? Yeah, that exactly. I'm glad you mentioned that. Ramsey stays on Chase. I'd say Ramsey stays on Chase, and then JPJ is on Higgins. Because you're gonna need that. You're gonna need that physicality, that frame, that body to go up against someone very similar in Higgins. Who does Slay cover? I don't know, but I would have JPJ and Ramsey cover the top 2 receivers.
Yeah,
and of course Mike Gesicki recently just got put on IR, so they'll be without their tight end in Gesicki. Tanner Hudson is out for this game, so they're gonna rely on Noah Fant, who I for a second forgot was a Bengal. Noah Fant.
Yeah.
And I believe Juice Sample. There's not much that the Bengals have to offer that's exciting to Bengals fans or threatening to their opponent. There's nothing.
Outside of Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, it's basically, just these guys that, are just there. Like Yoshi Vash, he's had some drop problems. I think he had like 3 drops last week versus Green Bay.
Really?
Yeah.
Oof.
He's had some drop problems this year. Fan hasn't really been that consistent of a tight end.
The Bengals suck. Let's just put it that way.
Outside of Chase and Higgins, they don't have much credibility.
No. And I'll put it this way. Yeah, you look at this game as a whole. The Steelers have won 3 straight. Their defense is playing lights out. Their offense is actually getting a run game going. DK scored in 4 straight games. The Bengals are on a 4-game losing streak. They're at home. It's Thursday Night Football where Tomlin and the Steelers, especially against the AFC North, don't have a great record. This does come off as one of those games that, maybe they played down. But I'll put it this way. I think A-Rod brings a little different sense of purpose to the offense, to the quarterback position, to the team. I think the defense is playing too good to just act so funky versus a Bengals offense that literally has no O-line, no run game, and at this point, a desperation move for a 40-year-old quarterback. the secondary is strong and healthy. We might be without Elliott for personal reasons, but even still, our corner core is strong. What I'm trying to say is I am a little worried just based off of history. And it's Thursday night, and it does kind of feel like one of those games.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I don't know how we lose this game. I don't see how we could lose this game. If we do, that would be very shameful, considering how good the Steelers are playing right now, how good the defense is playing right now, how bad the Bengals are, and the fact that you have a great chance to go 2-0 in the division already, to take further command of that division, of that number one spot. For the Steelers, man, they got to go in with a full mindset of we have a strong mission at hand, and we got to go in and take care of business.
Yeah, big time. I mean, like, you look at the matchup between the Steelers and the Bengals, just based off what the Bengals have allowed within the 4 straight losses that they're going through and the statistics and whatnot, it's a very favorable matchup.
It is.
Like, you would think that there's no way that the Steelers play down, quote unquote, or lose this game. But, you know, like, the Pittsburgh Steelers do the unthinkable sometimes, especially Mike Tomlin when it comes to Thursday Night Football. I hope that is not the case, because that's something that the Steelers should not. They should not sustain a loss, considering the momentum that they have right now, and the commanding lead that they already have on the division, but they could take further of a lead on the division with a win versus Cincinnati and going 5-1.
Well, I also want to add, I don't want to look ahead of the Bengals right now, because you know what we're saying is very confidently saying that we think the Steelers are going to win tomorrow night, but we still can't take them lightly. We can't take Flacco lightly. We got to go in very much like the Steelers did versus the Browns. You got to play all 60 minutes, play dominant football versus a rough Ohio team that's not good at all. And the Bengals are the exact same way, right? You also got to look at it this way. I don't want to look past the Bengals here, but the next 3 games are arguably some of the Steelers' toughest stretches so far this season. After the Bengals game, win or loss, they have the Packers on Sunday night. They have the Colts. And they have the Chargers. Those 3 games stretch, and then they meet the Bengals right after that. So after this Bengals game, they got a 3-game stretch that's going to be pretty tough, and 2 of them are important conference games that could come into play for seeding purposes, playoff purposes down the road. The Steelers got to keep building off of the momentum that they have right now. They have 3 straight wins. Winning 4 straight would give them all the momentum riding into a tough Sunday night game versus the Packers. They might win that game. They might lose that game. It's any given Sunday. It's prime time. Anything can happen. Then you got the Colts. Then you got the Chargers. I mean, both of those teams are top seedings in the AFC. I know it's still very early, but you look at the top seedings in the AFC, you got to wonder, is it 2025 or is it 2027 or 2007?
2007, yeah. The old days of Peyton Manning and Phillip Rivers and Big Ben.
Tom Brady.
Like, my
what year
God.
is it?
Seriously.
Crazy stuff, right?
We're in the Twilight Zone or something? Wild, bro.
We're in bizarro world.
Yeah, to think that
we're in a time machine.
To think after the Packers game that the Colts and the Steelers could fight for first place in the AFC.
Good. If the Steelers keep winning it, I think that's a strong possibility.
Who would have thought?
What we're trying to say is you got to keep winning and keep building momentum so that you have as much confidence and chemistry going into those games, which is very necessary, because I believe that with momentum comes, a team that's going to go in there with a mission, a team that's going to go in there with a stronger mindset and something to prove, with a chip on their shoulder, right? I think momentum is definitely a difference maker. So the Steelers have the momentum right now. They just got to keep riding through it and keep finding ways to win. And if that's in dominant fashion versus the Bengals, I think that'd be a great way to cap off Thursday night tomorrow, or a great way to cap off already 2 AFC North matchups this season, which would give them an already 2-0 lead in that division. So either way, the Steelers got to find a way to win tomorrow. I'm not underestimating the Bengals whatsoever. This is the Bengals. This is Thursday night on the road. It's Joe Flacco.
It's AFC North football, bro. AFC North football in prime time at that, despite how the Bengals are looking. You never want to underestimate your AFC North division rivals. You never want to do that. Especially Joe Flacco at the helm, and Tomlin has nothing but respect, and
he knows what Flacco can do.
Exactly. He has that understanding. And like, again, I can't underestimate this guy.
And again, Tomlin's record on Thursday night on the road, or specifically against the AFC North on the road, is not good. And I do believe that matters. I think that definitely comes into play. I think that's bad side of history. But on the good side of history, we got someone like A-Rod that has performed in those games. And A-Rod is bringing some difference to this team this year. Something that we haven't had literally since, I would say, 2020 Ben, 2018 Ben, 2017 Ben.
Right.
I'm not saying he's playing to that level. But in terms of bringing something to the quarterback position that's going to further the team or improve the team or get the team points and keep the team winning, that's kind of A-Rod's bringing at 41 years old. He's the oldest starting quarterback in the league. And right now, he's not playing like it. He's not. It's going to be a mashup of two old-ass quarterbacks. And I'm going to hopefully enjoy every second of it. As long as the Steelers dominate and win, I'm going to enjoy every second of it.
No, again, you look at the matchups, like there should be no reason that the Steelers lose this game. Just based off the matchup, based off the momentum that they're on right now, the 3-game win streak, how the team has looked, especially over the past two games that they've played. Offense has been more balanced, it's been more stable, especially with playing Darnell Washington more. Like the offense is actually a bit more consistent to a degree and getting down the field and executing and even finishing with touchdowns and whatnot, right? And they can only continue to build upon that as the weeks go on. And you can't ask for a better matchup to keep building that than the Bengals. And the defense has just been lights out dominant, especially that front seven going up against a depleted and just bad Bengals offensive line. Again, like there should be no reason for the Steelers to not only play down, but to lose this game. Though I don't want to underestimate Joe Flacco leading this Bengals team. I don't want to underestimate this Bengals team. But the Steelers have all the momentum in the world to take command of the division, take a commanding lead of the division, and just keep building on what they have right now, and that's high momentum. And that's their winning streak.
Compared to how they started the season, this is definitely much better. And what better way to continue to give wins than kicking the Bengals while they're down? And they are down bad. They are down so bad, they literally traded for Joe Flacco. Like, it's kind of hilarious. Like, when I got the news and I checked my phone and I checked Twitter and I seen that, I'm like, get out. Like, you got to be kidding me. Like, you're this desperate.
They got that man behind that O-line. That's given up 16 sacks on the season already.
Wow.
And you said it earlier, the Steelers have had 17 sacks over the past 3 games that they've played.
Yeah.
And they had a bye week.
Yeah. But Joe Flacco, to an extent, can still sling it. So this defense got to come and play strong versus Chase and versus Higgins. If any of them go down, then, yeah, this Bengals season's already over, in my opinion. But you might as well just absolutely just slap it. It's over, all over the stadium.
But I already know, just based off the Bengals losing 4 straight and having to face host a division rival on primetime football, if anything, they're going to want to sabotage the division to the best of their ability.
Well, if anything, that's the one thing the Bengals are. That's their only worth this year, is to rain on the AFC North's parade. Anyone that's trying to get an advantage over them, and anyone that's trying to get a win over them, that's the only thing that they have going for them, because they already lost 4 straight. Tomorrow could be 5 straight. By the time Burrow gets back, how many losses are they going to have? They might be in the double digits, just being honest with you.
They very well might, but their big mission now, especially with the upcoming matchup tomorrow, is to rain on the Steelers' parade, spoil on the division. Yeah. Just ruin the division.
But I think tomorrow, the Steelers have a lot of great mismatches to go up against. DK Metcalf's been going off. 4 touchdowns the last 4 games. He's coming off 2 really good games versus the Vikings and, of course, versus the Browns this past Sunday night, or this past Sunday. Tomorrow on Thursday night, he's got another great matchup versus the Bengals secondary that is awful. They are ranked the second worst in the league. Aaron Rodgers has been really lighting it up for the offense. Jaylen Warren's back. Kenneth Gainwell's been getting yards on the ground. The rushing offense is finally gaining some life the past 2 games. There's no reason to think we can't do it again versus the Bengals.
Yeah, the rushing offense is gaining some traction. You know, they're trending in the right direction. Same with the offensive line.
Yeah.
Even Broderick Jones. Hendrickson is questionable for this game, but I'm going to anticipate Hendrickson playing. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
There's a possibility that he may not, but we'll see about that. But still, I mean, that's a big matchup for Broderick Jones. And he did well versus Myles Garrett. Though he had some help, there were some matchups where he did go one-on-one with Garrett, and he only gave up one pressure throughout that entire game.
Yes.
So props to Broderick on that one, and he's trending in the right direction.
Yeah, big props to Broderick, man. You know, we gave the line, we gave Darnell a lot of props for what they did and how they essentially extinct Myles Garrett's existence on Sunday.
2 tackles, that's it.
2 tackles.
Ramsey had 2 sacks.
Ramsey had as many sacks as Garrett had tackles.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
But, yeah, huge props to Broderick. Huge props to the line on what they're doing. Everything that they're doing right now is really good. They're just playing some bully ball up front, which is good. I think a lot of that has to do with the jumbo packages with Spencer Anderson seeing some time and Darnell Washington, and then the ultimate growth of the whole line. They're still young. They're all still growing, but they're looking good right now.
Again, it's all in the right direction. They're trending upward, which is exactly what you want to hear and what you want to see. They just got to keep that rhythm going. They got to keep that momentum. They just got to keep building upon what they're doing right now.
Yeah. Billy Maher with a 199 says Jalen Warren or Cortland Sutton at my PPR of flex. Warren. I don't trust Bo Nix to give Sutton the ball versus the Giants.
What has
defense.
Sutton done all season anyway?
I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of Bo Nix. I think he's afraid to throw the ball. I think he's very inaccurate down the field. So I would start I would start Jalen Warren.
Well, I know that the Broncos have struggled with the deep ball. I don't think Bo Nix has really connected with the deep ball consistently this year.
No, he's not. No, he's
so
not.
So that's something that Bo Nix and the Broncos are gonna have to deal with. But
yeah,
no, I think I agree. I think I'd start Warren. I mean, the guy is just a dual threat.
I think Warren could have a really good game. I wouldn't be surprised if Warren gets a touchdown on this one.
Honestly, he has yet to do so.
He has yet to do so. Well, he had one in week 1.
The receiving, not rushing.
Sure. But either way, he only has got 1 touchdown on the year. I feel like Warren's due. He's back. He had a good game last week. He's a tough runner. He's got a good matchup in this one. The line's looking good. We're actually getting a run game going. More Darnell is really helping that. The fact that A-Rod is throwing the ball nicely is adding to the running game opening. A-Rod's not throwing it deep often or really at all.
He doesn't.
I can't recall one time A-Rod threw it deep.
At the same time, he doesn't need to.
Obviously
he hasn't had to rely on it.
No, obviously not, because they've been successful without it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's because they just don't have that field stretcher. They don't have someone to separate down the field. But
if it doesn't call for it, don't risk it. Don't do it. Don't force it.
Well, they're not.
Just keep doing what you...
And they're still finding success. And against the Bengals, I feel like they might not have to do it.
If there's a chance where a player is open and you want to take that chance, I mean, go for it, of course.
Well, if they want to exercise some things and give a guy like Roman the opportunity or open things up for a guy like Jonu or even Muth if they ever want to use them, this is the game to do it. You have a great matchup versus an awful Bengals defense, probably the worst defense in the league. In fact, that's not even
honestly
not even an if.
Honestly, yes,
they are
worse than the Cowboys, dude.
I'd say
at least the Cowboys have won games.
Well, they have as many wins as the Bengals.
I thought they had 3 wins.
They're 2-3-1.
I forgot about the tie.
They tied with the.
I forgot about the tie. That's my fault.
Yeah, they tied.
Jesus,
they tied. But, yeah, the Bengals defense sucks. So, offensively, I like this matchup. I really do. Defensively for the Steelers, you got to love the matchup, too. You fear for what Chase and what Higgins can do, and you always don't want to take Joe Flacco lightly. No. You don't want to think, oh, he's 40 years old, and he's at the twilight of his career, and the Steelers secondary is strong, so we're just going to completely shut him down. We could. I don't want to just fully believe in that because I don't want to underestimate Flacco. He can still sling it. He's got better targets than he did in Cleveland.
No doubt about that.
He connected with Chase a lot last week. He connected with Higgins. I don't want to take them lightly. I don't want to sleep on them. I don't. I trust our secondary, and they've been locked down essentially all year, or at least since week 2. They've been really good. And then now they're fully healthy. Again, Elliott might not play, but the corner position, and I'm including Eccles in that as well, they've been really good. Really good. So, yeah, they're going up against 2 really good and great wide receivers, but even still, that front line is awful. They can't get a run game going. They can't sustain a block. We're talking about a Steelers pass rush that's gotten 17 sacks in 3 games. the last 3 games.
Yep.
They just get to the quarterback. Derek Carman, his impact isn't talked about enough. It's not. Nick Herbig leads the team in sacks. He's coming off a 2-sack performance. In fact, the Steelers' edge rusher split last week was so perfect. With Watt and Highsmith and Herbig and even Sawyer, it was just perfect, and it worked to perfection. Like, that's how you include everybody without keeping someone off the field. Like, they were able to run those 3 edge rusher blitzes or those 3 edge rusher packages that they really been wanting to. It's just a fact they can't stay healthy, so they weren't. Now they are healthy, and it's working to fruition. It's really highlighting more of the defense's potential of the playmakers they have and the blitz packages they have. We blitzed Ramsey several times last week, came away with 2 sacks. So, yeah, and Flacco is immobile. He's a statue now. So there is no way the Steelers don't get a minimum 4 or 5 sacks in this game.
I think, right?
I'd be a little upset if they didn't.
There's no way that they excuse me. There's no way that they don't. As a matter of fact, the Bengals offensive line every season since 2020, they've practically given up 44 or more sacks.
Yeah.
Each season.
They suck.
They're awful. They're not good.
At least Burrow's mobile. He can shift, but Burrow's not playing.
No, he's not.
Flacco.
Flacco running. I mean, like, the way that the pass rush has played, I mean, I don't see how Flacco gets away from this pass rush. I don't. Again, I don't want to underestimate him or his ability to evade pressure still at his age, but the pass rush has just been so dominant. Like, they can't be stopped.
No.
The Browns had trouble. The Vikings had trouble. The Bengals, I mean, for God's sake, they can't stop a nosebleed. They can't clog a hole. They can't figure anything out.
No.
Their offensive line has just been, I mean, we talk about their defense, and their defense has been bad for years, but honestly, the Bengals offensive line might be the worst part of their team overall.
I agree.
Based off the constant trend of how their line has been since 2020, since Burrow's come into the league.
Yeah, I mean, that's why he's been hurt so often.
That's why he sustained that turf toe injury.
That line has never been good. Never. They've never had a running game with Burrow. They can't keep Burrow clean. They can't keep Burrow, off the turf or off the grass, off the ground, which is why they're in the situation they're in. They throw all the money into everything else, but not the line and not the defense. That's why the Bengals suck. That's why the Bengals probably will suck for the next however many years, because all that money is clogged into the trio, which it's not going to mean anything because Burrow's not playing. That's going to have to wait till next year. And even then, if they add more to the line, how are they going to do that? They're going to pay people in free agency, or they're going to have to continue to draft young and hope that they can rise to the occasion immediately, like a Penei Sewell or like a Josh Simmons of the Chiefs right now, right?
Yeah.
Or I'll even throw in a Zach Frazier last year, a Creed Humphrey. I don't know if the Bengals are going to do that. I know they got Amarius Mims out of Georgia at right tackle. He's solid, but
still rough around the edges. Jesus Christ, excuse me.
That might be the only youth they have on that entire line.
That's him and Dylan Fairchild. They're starting left guard. He was a draft selection in the 3rd round this year.
Yeah.
But they got Orlando Brown at left tackle. Not been the same player since his Raven days.
No, he has not.
They got Ted Karras, who's an aging center, 32 years old. He might honestly be the best offensive lineman they got, but he's an aging center. How credible is he nowadays? And they got Dalton Reisner, who they signed before the season even started, who might be their 2nd best offensive lineman.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
bro, Orlando Brown has allowed 5 sacks already.
5 sacks.
Bro.
Dude, they're literally their offensive line. Just based off who they have right now, they're just relying on past glory, in my honest opinion.
Amarius Mims has 3 penalties and 2 sacks allowed.
Yeah, their tackles ain't.
He has an overall grade of less than 50.
Their tackles ain't cutting it right now. They're not. Their line ain't cutting it.
And they're going up against Cam Hayward, Derek Harmon, Keanu Benton,
Nick Herbig, T.J. Watt,
Alex Highsmith,
Jack Sawyer.
You got Jalen Ramsey blitzing off the edge.
You got Patrick Queen blitzing down the middle.
You got Peyton Wilson that can blitz. I mean, Joe Flacco is going to have to run for his life, but by the time he starts running, he might be on the turf. He might be eating some of Paycor Stadium come 24 hours from now.
Yeah, maybe.
In fact, that should be the Steelers' mission. Get to Get to Flacco. I keep saying Burrow. Get to Flacco.
I know.
That should be the mission. That should be what Mike Tomlin should be saying to these dudes is get to that guy. Get to that man.
Don't give him the chance to throw. Just like Tomlin said about Anthony Richardson, keep him uptight, don't bring Flacco in, because he knew what Flacco could do with his arm. That should be the mindset. Like, make sure that man does not throw the ball. The way to do that is you get to him immediately, quickly. Pressure Flacco, bring him down, get him on the ground.
So, all in all, I like our chances. I love our chances. I think the matchup is very favorable for the Pittsburgh Steelers. At the same time, this is AFC North football. I've said it several times. I'll say it one more time. The history on the road on Thursday night doesn't bode well for us, but you also think, you know what? I guess we are due to break the streak, right? We are due to get a win in those circumstances, in that history stat, in that history headline.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the game to do it. The Steelers have a very, very good matchup for this one. It's just a matter of the Steelers got to come in and not take them lightly. They can't play down, they can't underestimate, and they can't lose.
The Steelers can't beat themselves.
No.
They can't make mistakes. They got to minimize the penalties, that's for sure, because they had 10 penalties, I think,
Yep.
versus the Browns. They can't beat themselves. They can't shoot themselves in the foot. They just got to play. The way that they played versus the Browns, just bring that to Cincinnati. Carry that over to Cincinnati. Because the way they played the Browns was
Just
stellar.
clean up the penalties and come away with a few turnovers.
Yes. If a turnover is in your hands, you make sure you hold on to that ball.
Yes. We got Scat Chaffin. Did I say your name right? I apologize if I did not, but shout out to SC Scott. You're right about all this, but no, quarterback knows the Steelers like Flacco. I agree the game should go like that, but if he gets it out quick, it can be a problem. You're not wrong.
Yes.
And that's going to be their mission is get the ball out early, which is where the Steelers should be playing a ton of bump and run. They should be playing a ton of man. Don't give Flacco the room. Don't give the receivers that space. That was one of the biggest issues with the Steelers in the Bengals game last year to end the regular season. They gave them so much cushion. First of all, you had Corey Trice on Jamar Chase, which is a disaster waiting to happen. Then you got these damn corners at the first down mark while the guy is at the line of scrimmage on 1st and 10, 2nd and 10. What do you think's going to happen? They're not going to give the pass rush time.
No.
The Steelers got to go in and play a ton of bump and run, a ton of strong man press coverage. That way you don't give them time, you trust your corners to win in man-to-man, and you give your pass rush as much time, which really shouldn't be that much, seeing the Bengals line, to get to Burrow or Flacco. What's the difference?
Man.
What's the difference?
It's Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco.
I know. I'm so used to playing Burrow.
I know.
First of all, I'm not used to Flacco in a Bengals uniform.
As a matter of fact, we should have faced Joe Flacco this past Sunday had Stefanski decided not to bench him.
Yes.
So Flacco ends up ultimately to face the Steelers just 2 weeks later.
Is this going to be the last time we
In a
face Joe
different
Flacco?
uniform.
Or are we going to face him in week 10?
This is 7.
No, week 11.
Week 11. No, this ain't the last time. Because they're not going back to Browning. And I highly doubt they trade for another quarterback.
What if they trade for Russ? I'm just putting it out
If they
there.
would have traded for Russ, I think they would have done the trade and not Flacco.
Maybe
I
Flacco
think
doesn't get it done.
I think they stick with Flacco the rest of the way. I don't see them trading for two different quarterbacks.
I don't wish this to happen. What if Flacco gets hurt? What do you
Behind
do?
that offensive line, I mean,
What do you do?
Jake Browning again.
He's thrown 8 picks.
I know he has.
He's a disaster.
That's the Bengals issue, dude. That's the Bengals problem.
I'm aware. Digital Dust says battle of Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. In fact, this is the battle of former Super Bowl MVPs.
Yes, it is.
I hate to bring up bad memories. I know, but am I wrong in saying that? This is the battle of Super Bowl MVPs.
Yeah, man.
This is crazy.
The Ugg Bowl.
This
the
is
Icy Hot Bowl.
the Senior Bowl, the Depends Bowl, the Retirement Bowl, the Urinal Bowl. I can keep going.
On primetime television, bro.
On
Thursday-
Amazon Prime. I don't think people at their age know what Prime is.
Probably not.
First of all, this is way past their bedtime. This is going to be way past their bedtime.
I mean, you already know the memes are going AWOL about, Aaron Rodgers versus Joe Flacco, and it's two old dudes just going at
Yeah,
it.
it's like Undertaker and Goldberg in Saudi. That was a disaster.
Yeah. It was a disaster. This game might be entertaining, though. These quarterbacks might actually sling it.
It'll be entertaining if the Steelers really damage the Bengals, which I think can happen. I know can happen.
No, the Steelers are very capable of doing so.
Hey,
The
our
way I
people-
see it, if Minnesota with Carson Wentz, a backup at that, can do it, there's no reason we shouldn't.
That's what I'm saying.
Despite us being rivals, despite it being in Cincinnati, there's no reason the Steelers shouldn't do it just based off how they performed.
Absolutely. Electric Visual says if the Steelers trade for a wide receiver, the next 48 hours makes the most sense. Their mini bye after Thursday Night Football gives time to get the new guy ready for Sunday night versus the Packers.
You're absolutely right. Who that is?
This is the only little mini bye we're going to have before we hit 11 straight games. We got 12 straight when you include the Bengals tomorrow. Then after tomorrow night, come Friday morning, we're going to have 11 straight. We're going to have a mini bye and then on for 11 straight. And then if we make the playoffs, which I think is very realistic, we're talking 12 straight. If we win a playoff game, 13 straight. And it doesn't get any easier.
Nope.
After this Bengals game, it gets tougher. Because then we got the Packers, Colts, Chargers, then the Bengals again. And then it goes into another tough stretch.
Yeah.
Don't forget, we got the Bills later this year. So the schedule doesn't get easier. It doesn't, which is why this game's very important. Yes, it's against the Bengals, and it's Thursday night. It's a measly little AFC North opponent, but that's exactly why it is important. It's important for the conference. It's important for the division. It's important for record's sake. And I'm sure the Steelers understand the gravity of the situation. So they got to go in tomorrow in Cincinnati and get a strong win.
Mm-hmm.
Get a win regardless.
They can't let Cincinnati play spoiler.
No, what I think Rob mentioned it earlier. You can't beat yourselves. If the Bengals beat the Steelers tomorrow, it's not because the Bengals won. It's because the Steelers beat themselves. And we can't allow that to happen.
No.
We can't do that to ourselves again. We did that before with the Bengals on Monday night with Ryan Finley. That still gives me nightmares.
You remember the Browns Thursday night game last year with Jameis Winston?
Yes.
The Snow Bowl?
Yes.
Yeah, the Steelers beat themselves in that one.
They did. Can't have it
It
again.
wasn't a matter of the Browns outperforming the Steelers. No, the Steelers beat themselves in that one.
No, you can't do it again. Not for a second straight year.
No.
Not with this Bengals team. No.
Dude, this Bengals team's bad. I'm
The-
sorry. This Bengals team is so bad.
I know.
Dude, their season's done.
I know.
There's no way, right?
I hope
Bro,
not.
there was a video of Bengals players balancing pennies on a table.
Yeah, I don't know what game they were playing, but it was for social media. I guess they had a time limit. Let's see how many pennies you could stack. That's what you're doing in a short week when your team has lost 4 straight. Let's balance pennies for a measly little TikTok video. Priorities, bro. I swear to God.
Pretty much.
I expect nothing greater coming from Cincinnati. Where's your
I hope they enjoy their chili over there.
Skyline chili is mid. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. Who puts cinnamon in chili?
I can make better chili.
Yes, you have. You kidding me?
I could probably take the Skyline chili recipe and just
Shout out to
turn
Sergeant
it.
Wilderness who subbed. Thank you.
thank you. Cheers to you.
I find that Rocky Blyer soundbite hilarious because sometimes it's relatable, and I just think it's hilarious overall.
Well, it's a still a legend saying the team sucks.
Exactly.
So hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us.
Cincinnati Reds, yeah, they are mid. They are mid too. Bills look kind of mid. Wide receivers can't separate at all. Just play man. Yeah, the Bills. The lack of a wide receiver is really hurting.
No, they're definitely going to be in the market for sure.
Because all you got to do is stop Cook, and then, like, Josh Allen just has no one to throw to. Keon Coleman can't create separation. Khalil Shakir's a slot guy that just catches short passes.
A yak guy at that.
Who else do they have?
Curtis Samuel.
I don't think really?
I think he's still there.
I don't think the Bills can get over that hump. They had that wide receiver in Diggs, and they still couldn't get over it. Granted, I know they were facing the Chiefs when they still had Hill, and Kelsey still in his prime.
Yeah.
But
well, the Bills' defense, I mean, it's just riddled with aging veterans too.
yeah, they got Joey Bosa.
They got
Like, come on, man.
they got Tre'Davious White back. Yeah, you didn't know that? No, yeah, he's back. He's their starting cornerback. They brought him back. Yeah.
Kincaid, yeah, Kincaid's good. Yeah.
Kincaid's he's having a great season.
Kincaid's great. Kincaid is great, but I mean, there's only so much that you can rely on a tight end to do. I mean, he didn't even play last week.
Yeah, the Bills, man. Like, I mean, there's no doubt they're going to be in the wide receiver market. They're going to be aggressive in trying to trade for one. I mean, they have to.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if they land Myers.
Them or the Patriots or the Giants.
I know the Giants are talking. The Patriots are talking. It'll be interesting. It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah. So if the Steelers are dead serious on grabbing a wide receiver, I mean, like they have to go out there and just continue to make these calls and just be aggressive with whatever offer they throw out there.
Yeah, there's a poll in the chat. What wide receiver would you want the Steelers to trade for? 120 votes and 33% say Jacoby Myers. 31, not too far behind, is Chris Olave, followed by Jalen Waddle, followed by Rashid Shaheed. I'll take either. I'll take any.
I'll take either.
Who would I mostly prefer? Waddle. Because I think his speed and what he can do and how he stretches the field, I think A-Rod would love that. And I don't mind the contract. And I think it honestly would cost a third at most. Olave, I've loved Olave since he was a Buckeye. It's just the concussions worry me.
Yeah.
It's my only thing. I'll still take him. I'd offer a fourth. And if you got to increase it to a third, I think it's worth it because I think his potential is still there. But the 6-7 concussions, a little worrisome for me personally.
A lot of baggage there, yeah.
And then I'd go Myers and then Shaheed.
Myers would be the perfect number 2 to pair with Metcalf.
Yeah.
I mean, that's size, that's speed, that's consistent hands at that from Myers.
Yeah.
He had 1,000 yards last year.
Thing is, though, I don't know if the Dolphins actually get rid of Waddle. Who else do they have at receiver?
Do I have to look at their squad?
Yes. The only other person I know they have is Malik Washington out of Virginia.
Let me check.
That's it.
Yeah, Dolphins are 1 of 5.
So I don't
Good
know
Lord.
if Waddle goes. So in that case, yeah, I'll gladly take Myers and Olave.
Okay, so outside of Jalen Waddle, they have Malik Washington, Nick Westbrook, the former Titan wide receiver. He had 9 touchdowns last year. He don't even have 1 this year. Cedric Wilson Jr.
Really? Former Cowboy?
Yes.
Cedric Wilson's son. Shout out to Cedric Wilson.
Still a legend.
Speaking of Steelers and Bengals, right?
Yeah.
Had to throw it out there.
D.
That was
Eskridge
20 years ago. That was 20 years ago?
and Tajay Washington. Those are the Dolphins wide receivers.
Yeah, Wild's not going nowhere.
Oh, they also have Darren Waller. So
Oh, that fixes everything.
yeah, Darren Waller.
Aren't they like 1-5?
1 of 5.
Yo, Mike McDaniel, bro. Keep going.
How about Tua?
Tua sucks too.
He's awful.
Tua sucks too.
I feel bad for Minka.
He's just not. Well, this is kind of putting it a bad way because of the concussions, but mentally, I don't think he has it in him to be take it to the next level. I think he struggles to read defenses, and I think just once he knows he's down, he just doesn't have it in him to bring the team up.
No.
He's just mentally not the proper guy to take them where they got to be.
I don't think he's the proper leader either. I think his leadership has really just it's gone down.
Like I think certain quarterbacks have it in them where they just like for lack of better terms, Mamba mentality, where they're always in it. They're always bringing the team up, no matter what, no matter how down they are. They're always bringing the team up. Very few quarterbacks have that nowadays. Very few.
Like Baker.
Like Baker, Mahomes. I mean, he's never not really down much, but Mahomes, Josh Allen, guys like that. Lamar to an extent. I don't know if they're capable of coming back as much as they used to, because typically they're the one that choke the games now. Like they get up and they get comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just don't have that in them to put the team away. We've seen them choke several times. It's very few quarterbacks have it. I don't think Tua is one of them.
No. Far from it.
Yes,
So, it's only a matter of time till McDaniel is just relieved of his duties, right? You figure.
at some point, yes.
It's only a matter of time. He'll make a good OC. He'll make a good OC.
He's a good offensive mind. He's just not
head coach.
no head coach material whatsoever.
No, not anymore.
Why wait? Ricky, man. All outright, why waste a pick? Go get Antonio Brown. Why not? You're going all in, right? Hell yeah. Let's bring AB back. You know what's weird? I bet you if he were still playing today, he'd still be a top receiver. He was that good. His work ethic was top notch.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody touched him.
No.
Nobody. Like when he was on the field or when he was off the field, he was always about being on the field. I remember watching his workouts or his programs. Like nobody beat AB. Like he was the best of his era.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Calvin Megatron retired, AB was the top, without a doubt.
I mean, like
Nobody touched him.
yeah, you had DeAndre Hopkins, prime DeAndre Hopkins. You had
Prime D-Hop don't touch AB.
You had Julio Jones. You had Des.
Julio Jones was close second.
Yeah, but you had Des Bryant for a little bit in there, right? You had AJ Green.
Des Bryant, he just wasn't the separator AB was.
No,
He had the big frame and the speed.
No, like AB was different. He had a routine. He had a work ethic. He had consistency at that. And AB just went out there with Ben and just was just dominant every single week.
Well, their chemistry was
It will go down. It will go down as one of the best quarterback wide receiver duos of all time.
it was unteachable. Ben just had the right timing. Like he trusted AB no matter what. And when Ben would scramble, AB, bro,
Like,
whatever direction Ben went, he rerouted and Ben hit that dime on the run.
like AB knew exactly where to go.
Those were some great years, man.
Mm-hmm.
I remember those days so fondly. Talking about it now brings a smile to my face. Those were some good times. The defense sucked, but the offense was...
Especially the many times AB went up against the Bengals.
Yes.
Funny enough.
Even Bell had so many great games versus the Bengals.
The stiff arms he did to Dre Kirkpatrick? Oh,
Yep.
my God. My God, man.
Someone is getting a demon OC next year, though. What we doing if we actually get AJ Brown? Not realistic. Yeah, listen, I know people have thrown out AJ Brown. It doesn't make sense for the Steelers. It does based off of the Arthur Smith connection. But when AJ Brown is complaining that he doesn't get the ball when he's the one, he's the dominant one. Hurts just doesn't throw him the ball. You bring him in where he's the 2 to DK. Yeah, they're teammates again from Ole Miss. He's got that connection with Arthur Smith at OC, but I don't think A.J. Brown is going to be comfortable splitting with DK. I think either way, he's going to want the ball. I don't know if it's a good match. In Madden, it looks great. I just don't know if it's a good match in theory.
No, and I just can't see Philly parting ways away from AJ Brown. I don't. Like,
I don't either.
Do they have problems in the passing attack? Yes, they do. I think they're one of the worst passing offenses in the league statistically right now. Like, Hurts is not getting the ball to Brown or even Devonta Smith at that.
No, they're not.
Like, they got to work some things out, but I don't think it results in trading away basically your top target. I don't think that happens. It's just Philly's got a lot to work on. They got a lot to figure out.
Well, their line's struggling. Dickerson's hurt. Keenan Jurgens is hurt. They're still trying to replace Mekhi Becton.
Hell, Barkley hasn't hit 100 rushing yards this season yet.
No, and I think, losing Kellen Moore to the Saints at head coach now is hurting them. They have another OC. Another year and another OC for the Eagles, man. I think finally that's starting to hit them. We got Billy Maher with 199. I don't want Brown plus. How would we pay him?
The pay won't be the problem.
No, we can pay him. We can pay him. That's not the question. It's just I don't know if he would want to split reps or targets with DK. Like AJ Brown knows he's so dominant and so gifted, he's going to want the ball. And I don't think it's going to happen either way. I don't think that's realistic. So, yeah, give me realistically, give me Myers. Give me Olave. Either of the two.
Give me Shaheed even. I'll take Shaheed.
Yeah, him as well.
Yeah.
But if you want cheap, if you want youth, if you want speed, if you want a route technician, Olave's the guy. As long as he stays healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'd be an upgrade, though.
See, but
what are the Saints doing? What are the Saints doing? Why is he there? Did they exercise his fifth-year option?
I'm not sure. Check that out.
Oops.
But you mentioned the concussion issues, and I'm going to bring this up.
I know. It's the only thing that brings me back.
I'm going to bring this up. I mean, like, him bringing that baggage to the AFC North division, and you know how hard-hitting this division is.
Sure.
Like Metcalf said himself, I was told, like, this is where the real football comes.
I wouldn't call it baggage. It's more so a definite concern. I think baggage is the wrong way to put it.
Yeah, well, it's what he would bring over if he were to be traded.
I'm aware.
Not just to the Steelers, but anybody else.
I'm just saying, based off of what the Steelers might want at the position, like in terms of, he's only 25 years old, dude.
I know, he's young. He's young, dude.
The Saints did exercise his fifth-year option.
Okay.
That don't mean they gotta keep him. Odds are they probably won't. What are the Saints doing? Alvin Kamara's getting up there with age, and I don't see him being a Saint too much longer. He might even get traded too. I don't know.
According to reports, Kamara said that he wants to stay.
That's very, very.
Kamara wants to stay.
That's, you gotta give him a lot of
like
credit
apparently
for that.
the Saints actually went up to Kamara and asked him like, how do you feel? He's like, I want to stay. Because teams are going to be asking about Kamara's availability. One of them is for sure the Chargers, right?
Yeah.
Like you got to figure teams are going to be calling about Kamara. The Saints are going to listen, but according to reports, Kamara said he wants to stay.
How about we trade DK for AJ? Says Shady.
No,
We just traded for DK. Why would we want DK out the building? DK's more of a locker room guy anyway.
That would not be a smart trade.
Yeah. I like Rattler, though. He's balling on the low. I mean, yeah, I'll give him that. It's just, I don't think he's the franchise. I don't think he's the fix. He's a very good backup. He's a good fill-in. For the Saints, I guess a good bridge. Because, yeah, he can sling it. I think he's always had the talent. I think he's always had, the arm ability.
Yeah.
It's just, with the Saints, I don't know if he has everything there. The organization, let's be real, the organization's not that great.
What, the Saints?
No.
No.
It was mostly Breeze. Even Sean Payton struggled with Breeze. Sean Payton won a Super Bowl with Breeze, but even like in the mid-2010s, they struggled. And that's mostly because they didn't have a defense.
Yeah.
Breeze was throwing 5,000-yard seasons and 40-yard touchdowns every year because that defense sucked so much.
Basically to nobodies.
Literally.
He would make 7th rounders or undrafted free agents turn into Pro Bowlers. Like, that's how good Drew Brees was.
Yeah.
Like, he would just sling it. Like, you give him whoever. Could be the most unknown receiver known to man, and he would make that man look good.
Well, let's give the receivers credit. Marquise Colston is one of the most underrated.
No, he was good. He was good. For him being a 7th rounder, like, Colston exceeded expectations.
Brandon Cooks was good.
1st rounder and a speedster at that. Deep threat, he was good.
Michael Thomas in his prime was very good.
Yeah.
But once Breeze left, Michael Thomas fell off. Jimmy Graham, oh my God.
And Jimmy Graham was great.
Jimmy Graham was just
Jimmy Graham was, he had that connection with Breeze.
Yeah.
But there are other receivers, like if you remember Lance Moore, I think.
Of course I remember Lance
I don't
Moore.
think he was
Still
a drafted guy. Like, he was a credible guy. I think, what was that other target? What was his name? He was a former Raven. I see his face right now. I can't remember the guy's name.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
I can't remember the man's name. He started off as Saint, looked good, went to the Ravens, and didn't really do anything. I think it was a 49er at one point, too. I can't remember the guy's name, but he was another guy that was a practical nobody. Willie Snead, yes. Yes, like, he was a guy that was an unknown, and Breeze made him into somebody. It goes to show, like, Breeze can work with anybody.
Yeah.
That's how good Breeze was.
What do you guys think about trading Pat in a 3rd or 4th for Olave? Muth plus 3rd. Trading Pat and a 3rd for Olave is a little too much for me. I would trade just a 3rd. Or if you can do a player for player swap, that's even better. I would trade just a third.
Yeah, because who's the Saints tight end?
That's what I would do. Who is the Saints tight end?
Let me look.
Oh, isn't Juwan Johnson? Is he still a thing? Are people still getting hype about him?
He's the starter. The backup is Foster Moreau.
Foster Moreau's solid. But
They actually have a decent tight end group.
yeah, I would. If you can do a player for player, that's great. Otherwise, I'd gladly trade a third for Olave or Myers.
Yeah.
Either of the two. Those are my top two options realistically. But no, I first of all, I think trading a third isn't too much for anybody because we're gonna get 3 next year anyway. We got the 1 from Pickens trade. We got the 1 we're getting from Dan Moore, the comp pick, and our own. I'd trade 1.
Yeah.
I'd trade 1 tonight, tomorrow, Friday morning, Saturday, Sunday, last week, last month.
It's really going to depend on how the receivers play tomorrow, not just Metcalf. Like, we all know what Metcalf can do, but
You know, what?
what I'm saying is how Roman's going to do, how Scotty's going to do in their second game filling in for Calvin. That's what? I'm saying that's what's really going to that's what really could be the game or the moment where the Steelers are like, all right, let's get on the phone, trade for a wide receiver, nothing to BS.
My tribal chief has 2 catches on the year.
I know he does.
I don't think what he does tomorrow is going to change their mind.
Well, even if he has I don't think Roman has a big game. I want to see him get more opportunities.
I don't think Roman gets a catch tomorrow.
Not out the realm of possibility.
That's how little involved he is.
Well, yes, and I don't think that's a fault in his own. Like the Steelers with Roman Wilson, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if they just don't trust him enough, but how is he supposed to build trust if you don't give him the opportunity or give him the reps?
No, I'm not disagreeing. What I'm saying is I don't think Roman having a good game tomorrow is going to take away the idea of them trading for a receiver.
No. Even with Roman Wilson, even if he has a good game, or just regardless, the Steelers still need to trade for another wide receiver. They need to bolster the wide receiver room, no doubt about it.
Sure.
Even with Roman, they still got to make a trade. But I think it could really come down to a point of like, say they do get the opportunity. Say that they are looked upon and they're not making the plays, they're not getting the separation. You know, they're not giving A-Rod the ability to throw them the ball and whatnot, if you know what I mean. Like, it could really come down to their performance.
Who, Roman?
Roman and or Scotty. Like, if they have no impact, if they don't get involved, if they have no route separation, or if they don't catch the ball or whatsoever, then that could really be the point of like, all right, let's make the deal.
I would argue,
like, come Friday, they make the trade.
Sure, but I would already argue they already don't have that impact.
Well, the Steelers haven't made a move yet. Tomorrow could be the game where it's like, all right, let's finally make this move.
I think regardless, they have to make the move.
Well, that I agree, yes. They got to make the move.
So no matter
But
what
up until then, let's see what Roman Wilson can do tomorrow.
I don't know if he's going to do anything tomorrow, bro.
I'm not expecting it, but I'm still going to preach like, bro, give him the opportunity. Let's see what you got in this guy.
Well, that I do agree with because you spent a third on him. Well, what are you doing with him?
You saw enough to select him, to take a third rounder on him. The guy had a great season
So I don't know.
in Michigan in his last year.
Use the guy, let him run routes, let A-Rod give him targets, scheme up plays to get him the ball. If it don't work out, guess what? It don't work out. You know you screwed up, but give him the shot at least. It's almost like he's in the doghouse or something. What did he do?
Yeah, for what? Like, again, like I don't know what the reason could be.
I
don't get it.
I'm not going to expect anything.
Regardless, the Steelers need to trade for a wide receiver.
Yeah. I see it in the chat. Vega says Muth dropped that 50-yard bomb from Aaron, and since then it seems like he's been in the doghouse. Yeah, what was that? Versus the Seahawks? And hold on, wasn't it the same game or was it the Patriots game? Maybe it was the Patriots game. It was like a 3rd and short situation, and then A-Rod was rolling out the pocket. Muth kept running. Instead of sitting in his zone near the sideline, he kept running the route, and A-Rod missed him. And A-Rod's like, bro, stop your stay in your zone.
Yeah, you yelled at Pat.
there's no connection there. There's no connection with Muth and A-Rod. And frankly, Muth's not being involved in anything. He's not a scheme fit. Darnell Washington is out snapping him. Muth isn't a scheme fit. Muth, listen, he's a good leader. He's not putting up any complaints or anything. But frankly, the issue is the contract. Like, if he was getting paid half of what he's getting paid now, it wouldn't be an issue. But the contract is the issue. Like, if you're not going to use him, get him out of here. Otherwise, if he was getting paid less, sure. Props to Muth for being an honorable guy and not complaining about not getting the ball and being more worried about the team's success than his stats. All props to him. My respect to Muth. But the contract is the biggest issue here. Why are you paying him this much money to not get him involved? Thus, why is he here? Why did you extend him when Darnell is only going to get more reps anyway?
And he should continue to get those reps.
And
because it's working.
Same thing said for Jonnu. Why would you trade for Jonnu if Darnell's going to get the majority of the reps? They're just... I understand they run a ton of 12 personnel. And they're going to need those guys to fill in those spots for several tight end formations. Several, rotation sets. Like even last week we saw Darnell and Connor Hayward in on 12. So they like to mismatch as many guys as possible. I get it's just a matter of them paying them so much and not getting them involved. If they got them involved, there's no issue here. But when you pay them so much and don't give them the ball, why are you paying them?
It's like I said Sunday during the game. It's like if he's not part of the game plan or if he's not part of the reason of why you want to succeed on the field offensively, why is he on the roster?
Yeah.
Like, when is that time going to come? Will that time ever come? If it's not going to come, if you have no vision in mind for that time to come, use him as part of a trade package or as trade bait for a draft pick or, better yet, a wide receiver.
I absolutely would. That's nothing against Muth personally. He's a great dude. He's a very humble and awesome human being. It's just
the business part of the NFL. And honestly, it could do better for Pat to be traded out of Pittsburgh and go somewhere else where he can be utilized, where he can be part of the game plan. Might just be better off for him to leave Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it'd be a better scheme fit for him. Ohio Game Talks with 199 says, we'll be at the game. Good luck tomorrow. Love y'all, man. Damn. You're going to be at the game tomorrow. Paycor Stadium. It should be interesting.
Listen, enjoy yourself. Best of luck. And I appreciate the support, brother.
Yes, man. Shout out to you. Hope you enjoy the game. I don't know if you will, but I'm sure you're going to enjoy being in the atmosphere and being there. Because being at the game is just a different monster. It's a different being.
We've only been to one game. That was the Titans game back in 2021. Ben's second to last game at Heinz Field. We saw him score his last rushing touchdown.
Ever.
In that damn game. At that stadium. And we were freezing our freaking tails off there. But it's
Joe Schobert had an interception in that game.
Yes, he did.
Because Taco Charlton batted at the line.
Man, those are two Steelers I forgot about.
I remember exactly where I stood and seeing that live. That was
I actually have footage of that play on my phone still.
Good.
Still got footage of that, but that was a fun experience.
By the way, what's their name? The Bengals will be wearing their Bengal whites tomorrow. So their white jerseys and their white helmets and everything, that's what they're wearing tomorrow.
Well, thank God it won't be snowing.
That makes me question, are the Steelers going to wear their home jerseys? Because you can't have white jersey versus white jersey. It might get a little confusing. It might just look eyeballed. So are the Steelers going to wear their home jerseys just to odd it out? Just throwing it out there.
I know we've seen some wild uniform color scheme battles.
Well, it's not the first time the Steelers have done that either. They've worn their home jerseys for away games because the opponent had a white jersey.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see the Steelers making that decision. I don't know if they will.
Yeah, I don't know if that's actually been confirmed or not yet. That might be something to keep an eye out for tomorrow.
It makes sense, right? I mean, every game's a home game when you're a damn Pittsburgh Steeler, so
yes,
you might as well go for it. Swear joy. I don't want any more 5'10" wide receivers. There's nothing wrong with 5'10" receivers. One of the best receivers, probably the best receiver in Steelers history, was 5'10". It's just a matter of getting them involved. That's the biggest issue here. DJ Moore might be a sleeper. I mean, Rome Odunze is kind of lighting it up in Chicago.
Yes, he is. As a matter of fact, I think he leads them. He's got to lead them in receiving yards.
However, I have heard there are effort issues with DJ Moore.
Really?
Yes.
This is the first I'm hearing about that.
Yeah. Apparently, there are effort issues.
Huh.
Which, where have we heard that before? I wonder who got traded to a certain team who's lighting it up over there because of effort issues.
Yeah, DJ Moore only has 215 yards and a touchdown. That's it. Wow.
Interesting.
That's it's pretty crazy there. Yeah.
DJ Moore is good. I think that's the only issue. And yes, shout out to George Pickens. He's what, third in the league right now in receiving yards?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. He's having a good season with Dallas. You know, he's stepping up with CeeDee Lamb out.
Well, we all knew the talent he was.
Yeah.
Like, nobody disputed the talent. He was one of the most talented receivers on the roster or in the league. It's just his effort wasn't there. Every play. There were times he'd whiff on a block, or he'd be more worried about boxing it up with the DB 50 yards down the field, or gripping someone's face mask because the Steelers lost a fucking football game.
Where, Jar?
Like, if you're not putting in effort every single play, why are you here? We don't want you here. So, yeah, he might be balling out and Dallas, to no one's surprise, because we all knew the talent. It's just, he didn't want to be here. He didn't have no effort. We weren't going to keep him. Ditch him.
Well, he's also got the right quarterback to throw him the football.
And a good offensive scheme that's actually going to exercise his vertical ability. Something the Steelers, at least last year, didn't do. Would he be thriving with A-Rod right now? Possibly, especially at the 2? I think so, absolutely. It's just his effort was something that the Steelers didn't want to put up with no more. And I don't blame them. And again, I don't think they were ever going to keep him. So get the third-round pick while you can now. The issue is they just didn't have a plan set in stone for when they traded him. If they did, then it would make the trade a little more bearable. It's a little confusing still to me that you trade the guy and don't have a replacement. Not the fact that you trade him away, which I was always, up for based off of his effort issues, is just maybe have a game in set to fill the spot before you trade him.
Yeah.
And here we are still talking about trading for a receiver, which is why we got a new sign-up because of it. I feel like we've been in the wide receiver trade talks for a year and a half now.
Matter of fact, wasn't it reported that during the draft, the Cowboys offered the Steelers a 4th for Pickens, and they said no?
Yeah.
Only for 2 weeks later, the Cowboys upped their offer to a 3rd, and the Steelers said yes, why not? So they got higher capital out of it. I mean, they got a 3rd out of George. I mean, I would say that's pretty reasonable.
Sure.
For the Steelers. It's just like, yeah, they didn't have a solid backup plan. And here we are still talking about trading for a wide receiver.
Yep.
It's only going to continue to be talked about up until it actually does happen. Or until somebody steps the hell up, or until somebody is utilized.
Does it happen? Does it happen?
When and if I'll believe it when I see it, okay?
I met AB in person at Steelers training camp, and if he's 5'10", I'm 6'10", and I'm 5'6", by the way.
He's that small?
He's not that small.
He's not that small.
He's 5'10".
He's 5'10".
You sure you didn't meet with
5'10", 180 pounds.
You sure you didn't meet with Darren Sproles? Because Darren Sproles, what, 5'4"?
5'6".
5'6"?
Maybe. Sproles was tiny, but he knew how to play. And that player was strong. Sproles was strong.
Well, he was strong. He was a great receiving back. Unbelievable return specialist. He was like the Muggsies of the NFL.
Yes.
He's like the Muggsy of the NFL, dudes. Unbelievable how he's that small and playing in the league, but so dynamic, right?
Remember Deuce Vaughn of the Cowboys?
Yes.
Remember when people were saying, oh, he could be another Darren Sproles? He wish.
No.
He wished,
He
bro.
didn't have the electricness that
Is
Sproles
he even
had.
with the Cowboys still?
I swear to God, I thought Tariq Cohen would have been the next Sproles. He had like 2 good years, and then I don't know where he's at no
Well,
more.
he sustained that injury. That didn't help his case one bit.
Sure.
He never recovered from that.
The 2 weeks we had DK and Pickens will forever hold a special place in my heart. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Nothing but a fantasy, dude. It was real for a little bit.
Trading GP got us a 3rd-round pick next year instead of an unknown comp in 2027. Exactly. That comp pick in 2027 was never guaranteed. The only way it was guaranteed is if the Steelers did exactly what they did next year that they did this year. So if the Steelers were super quiet and did nothing but sign people that were released by teams next year, they would have gotten that comp pick. But that's not exciting next year. We're hoping next year they actually go out and spend a little more because they're going to have some spending money.
So it's best just to take the pick now.
Get the pick now.
Bite the bullet, take the pick now, and then, we'll deal with whatever later on.
Ricky says Ayuk isn't happy. Where have I heard that before? I'm not going down that path again. I got my hopes up too high once, bro. I'm not.
I didn't, but no.
I'm not shooting myself in the other foot.
I'm not doing that.
No, I'm not doing that. So
Nope.
DK is just magically going to have a crazy good game, especially if Aaron isn't getting warm and just handling off the ball the whole time. DK's not going to flip the hell out.
No.
If you're not
He doesn't
down
come off
with
as that guy.
We've got 2 words for
Joe
you.
Weirdo with 199. Are you going to draft? If so, meet up. Yeah, we're going to the draft.
Draft in Pittsburgh, no doubt about it.
I don't know how we're going to plan things. I haven't even started yet, bro. I'm so behind on shit. Swear jar. I don't know how we're gonna plan it out. But yeah, we will be going there. We will be at the draft. We will be in Pittsburgh.
I mean, when is the next time the draft will actually be hosted in Pittsburgh?
Probably never. I mean, I
Right?
don't want to say never, but at least probably not for
A long time.
Couple
Unless it's like a
decade
huge,
or so?
and there's no doubt that it's going to be a huge success. I mean, like Pittsburgh, I mean, we all know like the fan base there and whatnot.
Oh, I guarantee
And
you.
the city and whatnot. Like, it's going to be a huge success when it comes to the draft coming to the city of Pittsburgh. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were to exercise going back to the draft within the next 10 years after this upcoming draft class comes up, right?
Yeah, I mean, there'll probably be somewhere around 100,000 people, something in that vicinity of that many people.
And it's
there.
going to be packed. So it's going to be a huge success, in my opinion. I can already tell you that right now.
Oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of people there, dude. It's going to be.
It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be crazy, but it's going to be fun.
He's going to be slinging it for sure. I mean, it's going to be a crazy week. I don't know if we're going to be there all week. I don't know if we're going to be there just a couple days. But either way, we're going to be there. Come late April, we will be there for the draft. Who will we draft? I don't know. I still think it's going to be a quarterback. I just don't know who. I really don't. Maybe it's not a quarterback. But what the Steelers have been doing and how they've been scouting, it goes to show you that it's probably going to be a quarterback. There's not anyone that's speaking to me crazy yet. First of all, I don't even know who's all going to declare. There's so many people that might not even declare. Dante Moore's one of them. We already know Arch Manning isn't.
No.
He's definitely not declaring. First of all, he's not even ready. So he's definitely not declaring. Drew Aller has to, but he's going to be a day 3 pick.
With that injury, no one's taking him much earlier. No.
Lenore Sellers, I love him. I really like Ty Simpson. Something about Ty Simpson, man. I know Bama quarterbacks don't do good in the NFL. Something about Ty Simpson just speaks to me. He's got that gunslinger ability. I like the way he throws the ball, the way he reads the defense, the way he leads the team. He's just there's something about his tendency as a quarterback that kind of rises with me. I mean, it's also rare to see like someone like him who's just a strong standing pocket guy to just mentally beat the football team. So something like it's hard to come by quarterbacks like that nowadays, where they're strong in the pocket and they can beat you mentally. That's something Ty Simpson's been showing a lot in Bama. He's been a big reason for Bama's success. Otherwise, Garrett Newsmeyer, I like out of LSU. Maybe not as much as the other two.
We've got 2 words for
Fernando
you.
Mendoza, I do like a lot too. So there's guys. It's not looking crazy right now. There's still a lot of football left to show enough, but there's potential. There's definitely potential. I like the quarterback from UCLA, who name I can't spell. Oh, yeah, that's Nico.
He transferred from Tennessee after that drama.
He did the right thing getting out of Tennessee. Now, the way he did it wasn't right, but getting out of Tennessee, I think, did him well. I don't think Tennessee is such a good school for a quarterback to learn from. I don't. Not today's Tennessee. So the way he got out was very pathetic. And frankly, that's more so on his agent than him probably, but even still, the whole NIL stuff was just funky business. But yeah, Nico's good. He's very young too. I don't even know if he's going to declare.
He could. How's he doing over at UCLA, actually?
Not too bad.
All right.
Sam Levitt from Arizona State, or the quarterback from USC. Sam Levitt's good too. I know someone's going to throw out John Mateer from Oklahoma. Talking about John, I get a little good vibes from John Mateer. So I think he's just a little too small. I don't know if that's going to pan out well in the NFL.
Might depend on the team that selects him.
Yeah.
On how they try to utilize it. I don't know.
What's his name? Mr. Ion Table Talk. Did I say that right? He said got to get the Flacco within 3 to 4 seconds. If we play strong man bump and run, I think we will. We can't be doing this zone and this separation stuff no more. We gotta get up tight. We gotta get up close on these guys. Get in their face. Don't give Flacco the time to get rid of the ball early. The way to do that is to play bump and run. You got guys you trust in that room to do it, to succeed. Go get them. Get at them. Get physical at that line.
Yep.
Because that's how you're going to get the Flacco. We already know what the Bengals' game plan is. It was their game plan last year for the Steelers defense, and it worked. Can't have that in this matchup. They should be looking at that film, or they should have looked at that film in that last regular season game and think, okay, defensively, we got to get up close on these guys. Too much cushion. We failed with all the soft zone. We didn't blitz in that game. Those are the two things we've been doing a lot more of this season, which has been a big reason for the defense's success. Go get them. Get at them. That's what we should do, man. I want to get one more poll in the chat. First of all, Chris Olave actually trumped Jacoby Myers in the live poll. So
did he?
It's neck and neck between Myers and Olave. I'm going to get one more poll in the chat.
Well, they're the top favorites right now for sure. Most talked about.
Yeah. I'm going to get a new poll in the chat. It's going to be in relation to tomorrow's game. In regards to who scores a touchdown for the Steelers. I'm going to give you, in my opinion, my top 4 options. I'll even have a dark horse as the last one.
Dark horse, huh?
Yes. Who scores a touchdown for the Steelers tomorrow? Jaylen Warren, DK Metcalf, Darnell Washington, or my dark horse, the Steelers defense.
I like that.
I like that too. You know, we've been due for a turnover. We didn't get one last week. I said we're due for a turnover. We didn't even get one in one game, right? We're due for a turnover.
We had it in our hands 4 times.
And you know, we at least get one defensive touchdown every couple games from the Steelers defense. We haven't got one yet this year. I'm kind of feeling good about it tomorrow.
Joe Flacco pick 6 to Jalen Ramsey?
Yes. Or a scoop and score from somebody, right?
Darius Slay picks it up.
Darius Slay picks it up.
It could be James Pierre. I don't care.
Big play Slay, right?
Why the hell not? Can he do the dance like Willie Parker? William Gay. Big play Willie Gay.
Yeah, then him and PC Jr. do the whole crawl thing.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, Slay and JPJ can reenact that.
Yeah, that would be awesome. While you guys get your polls in the chat, let us know how you guys are feeling about tomorrow's game. I'm going to thank the sponsor of today's video. Huge shout out to Profit X for sponsoring with us for the NFL season. Let's take a look at the Week 7 odds. Obviously, we got the Steelers and Bengals tomorrow night. In fact, in 24 hours from now, we could either be 4-2 or 5-1. 5-1 sounds really good to me. Steelers are almost 6-point favorites, folks. Almost 6-point favorites. And the over-under is exactly 46.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right.
And I kind of like the under. I don't know about you, Rob. I kind of like the under.
Yeah, I can see the under. I really can.
It'd be great if the Steelers can score 46. That's not gonna happen. But
no.
we got the Rams Jags. That's early off on Sunday morning, man. Actually, a London game I could actually get up early for. That sounds interesting.
And we don't have to worry about the Steelers playing on Sunday, so it's gonna be nothing but all football come Sunday.
Panthers Jets.
Oh yay!
The Panthers are 1-point favorites. We got the Dolphins and the Browns.
Okay, hold on.
The Browns are the favorite.
Yeah, believe in Dylan Gabriel, bro.
No,
he hasn't turned the ball over yet. There's something there.
I kind of like that. I like the underdog.
Dude, I don't trust the Dolphins.
I don't like the Browns.
I'd rather rely on the Browns defense than I do the entire Miami Dolphins squad.
Well, that's fair.
That's just me, though.
I'll tell you what, the one game I'm looking most forward to is Tampa versus Detroit.
Yes.
And I see that the Lions are 5-point favorites, and I really do like the Bucs as the underdog. That's my upset of the week. I think Baker can do it. I know it's tough to see the Lions lose 2 straight, but something about what Baker's doing right now, leading the Bucs, I think that would really raise his MVP stock if he gets an upset, which I myself might do that.
Never too late to do it.
You know what? Why not? But let's take a look at the market for the Steelers and the Bengals game. We're going to look at touchdown scorers. I'm really feeling the defense. Do they have the Steelers defense on here? They do not.
No.
They do not. Okay. So if I had to go a second option, you know what? He's the hot hand right now. He's looking good. I'm going to go Darnell Washington. I think he scores a touchdown tomorrow. I do. I think Darnell scores a touchdown tomorrow, and the odds are plus 330. I'm putting 20 on that. In fact, you know what? With Profit Points, which is cool with Profit X here. Profit Points, you guys can play for fun, play for free, or you can use Profit Cash, which is obviously have more monetary value. With this added here, I'm going to use a whole whopping 3. You know what? I'm gonna even the odds here. I'm gonna place that. If you guys want to ride with this, feel free to do so at Profit X, man. They're America's #1 sports prediction market. Where you guys can win real money predicting sports in 40+ states. They're a peer-to-peer sports prediction exchange where users play against each other instead of playing against the house. So you guys will be playing against other users, which makes it more interesting, makes it more fun. So there's better value, real competition. It's all sorts of good fun there. When you guys use ProfitX, make sure you go to ProfitX.co. Use the promo code SteelTwins to sign up today and claim up to $200 in Profit Cash on all plays for the first 30 days playing on the site. Terms and conditions apply. But a huge shout, huge thank you to Profit X for sponsoring with us on this video or live stream. This isn't a video. This is a live stream.
It's a live stream, bro.
We're live, man.
Longest video we've done.
Baker is killing it. We got lucky, bro. I would love Baker as my quarterback. If Baker Mayfield was my quarterback, I'd so take him. By the way, we missed one from Ryan Connolly. I apologize, Ryan.
Yeah, with the 2, he says, will we see a 6-7 score in the game?
No, it won't be that low. Who said Pure Island? Matt. Pure Island? Not against Chase.
No. Pierre's done his job in fill-ins. I'll give him that.
Why did Flacco kill us last year against the Colts? Our defense or our secondary wasn't as good as it was last year, and we played a ton of zone, and we couldn't tackle.
And the Colts have had our number basically the past 2 meetings for some reason. Now we face them after the Packers game in 2 weeks.
Let's not forget, Anthony Richardson was kind of dicing us up before he got hurt in that game, too.
That was actually the best he looked all season.
Yeah.
And he played, what, a quarter? Quarter and a half?
He played 2 drives.
That's it.
He played 12 minutes. 12 minutes and led back-to-back touchdown drives. Now, Flacco finished off that second one, but Richardson got them in the red zone. I remember that game vividly. Ricky says, I want Anthony Richardson. I do not. There is so much wrong with Anthony Richardson.
No.
He is so raw. He's so raw. He's injury prone. No, thank you. There's so much there to work with that I don't think we got the coaching to do it.
I think Richardson's better off being developed by like Sean McVay or somebody.
Sean McVay, Pete Carroll, guys like that, right? Oh, God. No.
I'll read it.
No. I'm not. No, don't read it. Joey Weaver, thank you. I'm not going to read that.
Can someone explain to me what this is?
What does it mean?
I don't know.
I keep seeing all these kids.
Bro, my niece says all the time, I'm like, what the hell does that mean? I don't say what the hell to her. I'm just saying.
There's something got to do with LaMelo Ball or LeVar Ball or something.
The Ball family? They're still a thing?
Of course they are. They're making millions. Are you kidding me?
It's a rap song. Well,
it's stupid.
I never heard of it, nor do I want to.
It's stupid. Whatever it is.
I don't want to hear about it.
It has no meaning. Why is this a trend?
Because it came from... Did it come from TikTok?
I would imagine. We make the dumbest things popular. Was it because of a LeVar Ball edit and it had that song and because he's 6'7" and the song said 6'7"? Is that why? I don't get it.
Now I know why Ryan Connolly put the number there.
It's code for Mike Tomlin in his head about the Flacco trade. South Park did an episode tonight, and I don't know what it means either. I haven't watched South Park in a long time.
No, it's been a minute.
Cam Sutton started it? Oh, my God.
If you're not down
They're allowing
with
6-7 catches a game.
we've got 2 words
How about
for
touchdowns
you.
last year? Billy Maher with 199 says, got my first non-Steelers jersey. Jackson Dart. You got a Dart jersey?
Really?
You got a Giants one or an Ole Miss one?
If you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for
It's a
you.
reference to 67th Street in Chicago, 6'7". Of course, it's gang related. From Chicago.
I still don't know what that means. Excuse me if I'm a bit of a boomer right now. It's just I whatever's the trend nowadays, I don't follow. I don't try to.
There's a liquor store and an Aldi's on 67th Street down in Chicago.
There's a what?
There's an Aldi's and a liquor store. Midway Food and Liquor, number 2.
You searched up the street.
Yeah. I'm going to read this. 67th Street in Chicago is known for its diverse locations, including the historic Oakwood Cemetery, the Shoreline Apartments, and its role as a public transportation hub. The area is also the site of the 67th Wentworth TIF District, which aims to spur development in the location of the southern perimeter of Jackson Park. Huh?
Okay. A little fact of the day for you guys.
I don't get it.
Now I know where to go when I visit Chicago. Which
I don't think you should visit Chicago.
No, I don't intend to. I don't.
No, y'all, if y'all start saying that when we face the Chicago Bears and Soldier Field, no. Washington is 6'7". Okay, see, that I can tolerate. Because, oh, God, now people are going to put that song over Darnell Washington edit. Steeler you if you're watching, bro. Get at it. Get at it before anyone else does. Get at it, my guy. Get at it. Shout to Steeler you. The 6'7" thing needs to stop. It's getting on my nerves. I hate it. It's annoying.
Well, listen, I haven't heard the song. I just heard like, hey, 6'7". I'm like,
I've never heard the song. I don't know what it means. It's the dumbest trend since probably the whole Tide Pods thing. And that was dumb.
Yeah.
God, it's the things the internet is teaching our youth is unbelievably stupid. It really is.
I don't even have TikTok on my phone.
I don't either.
I don't.
I think I deleted ours because I don't use it.
I still post the shorts and reels that we make. I upload it on TikTok on the computer. I don't have it on the phone. I don't. I'll check it every now and then, but like I will not have the app.
Someone said it's my body count.
Damn, bro.
It means you're old. Yes, I guess I am an old man, ain't I? 26 years old. Old, right? Guess I am old. I got a boomer mentality. Yelling at the clouds. That probably will be me in 20 years from now. Yelling at the clouds. I already do. Not literally, but I do.
Listen,
I yell at the weather.
It better be for good reason.
What does 4-1 mean? Kingston, what do you say? 4-1? What is this? What is happening?
Is this what we're doing now?
Do you know? Oh, God. Matt.
Yes. That's clever. Let me read it.
Matt, good.
Do you know why 6 is afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9.
That's so dumb, but it's so funny.
Oh, God. It's cheap. It's cheap, but it's clever.
By the way, we're going to get off the air in about 4 minutes. We're going to wait till it's game day.
4 minutes.
Maybe not for some of you guys. Some of y'all might be on the West Coast, but
we've got 2 words for you.
199 Joey Weaver says, at least you're not Aaron Rodgers old. No, I'm not 41 yet. I got 15 years to go.
Same here.
A beer before. I remember when I was 11. Now I'm 26. Before I know it, in the blink of an eye, I'm 41.
Boom. Just like that.
24-18 Steelers says digital dust. I like that. Score predictions. Chat, let's hear some score predictions for tomorrow's game. Don't be flooding my chat with 6-7, please.
I can already see the chat lighting up with 6-7 as soon as we hit live tomorrow when Troy does the intro.
Don't do it. Why would you give him the idea?
Because I can already expect it.
Joey Weaver says, how old is Flacco? He's 40. My man is 40.
We're talking 41 and 40-year-old quarterbacks.
A combined age of 81 years old. Yo.
Yep.
Wait a minute. That means Joe Smith's going to score tomorrow. That's my prediction. Joe Smith scores a touchdown tomorrow.
What if he gets 2?
Don't tempt me.
Hey, you know what? Now, listen, I'm going to say a bold prediction. Joe Smith now gets 1 but 2.
Okay.
I'm going to say 2 touchdowns.
I'm going to go with a score prediction. Let's see. The Bengals are allowing over 30 points a game. This off.
We ain't getting
Well, we
30.
did it once versus the Jets.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't done it since week 1.
26-13.
All right.
Steelers.
I'm going to say 28. 28-14.
And I think we get an interception. And I'm going to say we get at least 4 sacks. I'm not going to say who, because that could literally be anybody.
Yeah, it's like the Oprah meme.
It could be Ezekiel Tomlin tomorrow, for all I know. Could just be one of those games, right? But, yeah, I think we get 1 pick and 4 sacks, at least by the defense tomorrow. And I think Jonnu scores. I think Darnell scores. I think it's going to be the game of the tight ends.
Again?
Yeah.
I can see it.
And then I'm going to say the defense gets a touchdown.
All right, that's fair enough.
Maybe I'm being too confident here.
For a Thursday night football game under Mike Tomlin?
On the road against the AFC North.
It's the Bengals.
It is this Bengals team, bro. It is this Bengals team. We got a lot of score predictions here. We got Kingston that says 30-16. Rob Dish Jr. says 27-16 Pittsburgh. Giancarlo says 17-3. Michael says 48-12 Steelers. John says Favia. Donovan Grimes says 35 Steelers, Bengals 13. TD Tom, sorry Tom, says 20-12 Steelers. I'm happy says 27-24 Steelers. We got DM in the chat saying 28-3.
Look away, Falcons fans.
We got Corey Davis, not that Corey Davis, saying Steelers 27, Bengals 17. Matt Nerdy says low scoring game, lots of running the ball. I can very much envision that.
Yeah, me too.
Joey Weaver says Jonnu gets 3 touchdowns.
A hat trick?
When was the last time a Steelers player got 3 touchdowns in the game?
It had to been AB, right?
Him or Bell? Switch it up.
Hold on.
No, I'm an idiot. Claypool.
Yeah.
Duh. He had
right.
4.
That's right. That's right.
Duh. That happened.
Don't forget the point happened Thursday Night Football too.
Yes, versus the Vikings. Trendster 24-10 Pittsburgh. Says Shrouded Dragon, Jonnu Smith and Darnell are in the game plan. Well, you know Darnell is. You know Darnell absolutely is. And Jonnu Smith got a jet sweep last week, so he's somewhat in the game plan. Ryan Connolly, 31-10. Pearly Gates, 829 says 24-9. B. Mills says 30-19. Joey Weaver says 32-13.
Okay.
Scott says 20-17. Oh, okay. Joey switches his score, says 32-25.
Is it going to be that? Is it going to be that much of a nail biter? 32-25.
Could be. 67-41. I knew it. I knew you guys would say that. All 3 in the poll get a touchdown. I predict 2 turnovers, but not a defensive touchdown. I do believe the score will be higher due to Flacco and the Bengals have nothing to lose. So I predict 32-27, says Hunter Newth. Knuth? Is the K silent? Shout to Hunter. But honestly, man, that would be an exciting Thursday night game. We don't get a lot of exciting Thursday night games no more. Al Michaels feels like
We had a couple this
God.
past year.
Oh, God. We got a 41-year-old quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. We have a 40-year-old quarterback in Joe Flacco. And we got Al Michaels at the fine age of 80 calling the game.
The combined age of A-Rod and Joe Flacco is older than Al Michaels.
He's going to be 81 in a month from now.
Yeah, he's still kicking ass, though.
He's
announcing.
80?
He's still kicking ass.
80?
Yeah.
He sounds tired every week.
Well, what do you expect an 80-year-old man to sound like?
This is gonna be must-see television, dude.
Listen, we've actually had some decent and fun Thursday night football games this past year.
I'll give you that.
More so than last year.
Last year was I couldn't
It was
watch half
dreadful. I felt bad for Al Michaels.
I couldn't watch half of them. Pronounce the K like Knoebels Amusement Park. Okay. So Knuth. Right? Am I saying that right? Knuth. Knoebels is fun, by the way. Knoebels Amusement Park is very fun.
Yes.
I haven't been there in a while, but it's large too.
I'm not the biggest fan of amusement parks. Never was, but no, Knoebels is fun.
I can't do the roller coasters, but I just think the park's fun. Knoebels is very fun.
Yeah.
It's so large, though. You'll be there all day, and you've barely even done half the park.
It's a good place to walk around, too.
Yeah.
Though their haunted house was kind of...
I don't remember the haunted house.
I do.
I definitely don't remember that.
Kind of mid.
Never been to Kennywood, Ryan. Never been to Kennywood.
Nope.
Never been. And no, I'm not getting on the steel curtain. Was that what it's called? The roller coaster, the steel curtain? Is that what it's called?
I think.
I can't do it.
They have a ride dedicated to the Steelers. I know that.
I can't do roller coasters, bro. Final Destination scarred me. I can't drive behind log trucks, and I can't ride roller coasters. Can't do it. Hershey Park's fun too. Hershey Park is definitely fun. Cedar Point clears. I've never done Cedar Point.
Nope.
No. Never even been to a Six Flags. Never been to Disney World or Disneyland or whatever.
No.
What else is out there? So many other amusement parks. There's one in Ohio somewhere. I forget the name of it. But
SeaWorld Orlando.
I'm not going to SeaWorld.
No, I've heard a lot of bad stories about SeaWorld.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's like I'm all for the ocean life, and I'm not gonna plan a vacation and go to SeaWorld. Let's put it that way. I got probably like 1,000 different places I'd rather be. By the way, guys, I mean maybe not for the West Coast folk in here. It is game day.
Officially, yes. It's 12:05 in the morning.
So we got One more sleep to go. But today, officially, at least here on the East Coast, at least where we're at right now, tonight we will be watching a 41-year-old quarterback and a 40-year-old quarterback in the UNC Bowl with an 80-year-old announcer calling play-by-play.
Yes.
I cannot wait for this. This is going to be. I would actually pay for this because not just because I'm a Steelers fan. It's just one of those things you gotta. It's like your childhood, you know. Like nostalgia is a hell of a drug. I love nostalgia. Makes me emotional. This is gonna be probably one of those times. Maybe not in terms of watery substance coming from the tear ducts. Probably more of anger or happiness. It depends how the game goes. It's just. This is our childhood here, folks. This is.
It might actually be a low-key banger. It might be one of the more entertaining football games to witness. Who knows?
It's gonna be something, man. It's gonna be something. I can't wait. As you guys know, we'll be live for it tomorrow. Well, I guess today. We'll be live for the game
Later on.
Thursday night. Prime time. Amazon. A-Rod. Joe Flacco. Steelers. Bengals. AFC North football. I love our chances. We got to get a win no matter what. Beat both Ohio teams in the division. Get to 2-0 in the division. Rise to 5-1. And enjoy the mini bye because it's the only little break we're going to have from here on out. So get the win and enjoy the bye, and then let's get ready for 11 straight.
Yes.
So that's the mission here. Guys, thank y'all for an awesome stream. We greatly appreciate your guys' interactions as always, man. And we will do more of that. Tons more of that tomorrow. So we'll see yins then. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. You guys have a great night of sleep, and we'll see yins for the game later on. I guess later on today, or in some of you guys' sake tomorrow. So with that being said, you guys have a good one. Thank y'all so much. Follow us on the socials. On the way out, hit that like, hit that subscribe if you guys have not. We do greatly appreciate it, and we'll see yins for the game later on. Here we go, Steelers. Let's get a win. Let's beat the Cincinnati Bengals, man. Should be a good one.
In the Icy Hot game.
The Icy Hot Bowl.
Yes. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace!